What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch? Hey, what's up, bitch? How we doing? What's up, baby? What's up, baby girl? What's up, baby girl? How we doing? What's up, baby girl? How's it hanging? How's it hanging, baby? I'm getting a haircut soon. Don't get attached to the pretty boy hair. I'm the only guy in the game. I'm the only guy in the fucking game with the Kuji chair. Come on, man. I'm the only guy in the game with the Kuji chair. Who else? Who else got the Kuji chair, huh? Let's check it. Kuji chair. What is this? Best office chair tier list. Fuck, that sounds awesome. Kuji. Wait, no, that's not how you spell Kuji. Kuji chair. Kuji rug? Kuji. Is Kuji. Who. I feel like. Wait, buy Kuji. Kuji, the rise and fall and rise again. I love fucking Kuji. Yo, I fuck with Kuji. What is this? This looks like a YouTube drama video, but it's got 3.1k views.
Hi there. Pretty soon we will...
Oh, that's why. Sorry. It's the second he opened his mouth. The first word that slipped out of his fucking yapper. I think, oh, this is why this is 3,000 views.
Be entering the winter months. Are you excited for...
Who the fuck?
Hi there.
Hi there! Oh my god.
Pretty soon we will be entering the winter months. Are you excited for winter too? Wondering why I'm asking? Because today we will be...
Bro. What?
Talking about a brand that is definitely excited about the winter season. Our topic for this video is Kugi, a brand that originated in...
What the fuck is this?
Australia and is now headquartered in New York. For those of you who aren't familiar with Kugi, it is a premium knitwear brand that garnered a lot of attention in the urban wear and hip-hop fashion space, primarily due to their unique kaleidoscopic designs that were adopted by famous personalities like the Notorious B.I.G. and Snoop Dogg.
This guy has to say the N-word at some point in this video. This kind of... What is Biz Blunders? What the fuck is this YouTube channel? 112 videos, 1.8k subs. Vape companies. Okay. Aesthetically. Okay, look at this. Okay, I want you to look at this. Okay? I want you to look at this. This thumbnail here. That's a great thumbnail. Vape companies that destroyed lives. Interesting topic. If I saw this just in my recommended, I would click this video, okay? Great thumbnail.
At first, it was seen as a safer choice than regular smoking.
This is so bizarre.
Today, vaping has turned out to be a silent destroyer of lives, especially because of people and companies who care more about making money than keeping people safe.
I think it's horrible. I guess I'm sorry to hear that. And it's...
Yo, this AI shit. This AI channel shit doesn't work. It doesn't work. Show me an AI generated channel that's actually like making money. I guess let's check those shorts. He has no shorts. Fuck. Someone poured, okay, look at this. Look at the views he's pulling. He's pulling like under 1,000 views every video. This doesn't work. Bro, you tried for 112 videos and you got under 1,000 views every fucking video. It didn't work. Your video, come on, man. Come on. Give up the AI channel shit. AI YouTube channel. How I made a YouTube channel using only AI. I made shorts automation. They all have the same fucking editing too. They all hire some fucking Indian dude to do like this kind of editing here.
This YouTube Shorts channel gets 33 million views per month, and they only have 11 videos on their channel. In this video, we are going to be copying them, and I'm going to show you exactly how to generate videos just like this in a matter of seconds with AI, and I'm going to be cloning their channel.
Yeah. What the fuck? Versus Zoo. Is he gone? Channel. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. You got taken down there. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. You just like pump this shit out nonstop. Also, Josh Citarella had Matt Healy on his podcast.
With a new tool.
Wait, sorry, one second. I just realized there was a second YouTube. There we go. Sorry.
New piece of technology.
So media can
Look, Josh Citarella, good friend of the channel. Josh Citarella, a good friend. Horseshoe Theory, two-time Horseshoe Theory guest, mentor, great guy. Fucking one of the best guys I've ever met. God damn, I love Josh. He is a babe, too. He's like... Have you guys seen Josh's fucking build? Are you guys ready for this? One sec, where is he? Him posting the podcast. One sec here. One second. Here! Look at that fucking dude. Look at his build. That is a fucking... Dude, he's yoked. Bro, look at that upper chest. Look at those lats, dude. He's fucking yoked. Bro. Goddamn. Josh is a fucking... Yeah, the chest is insane, dude. He's an impressive specimen, dude. Josh is a fucking animal. I'm glad he's getting his like popular appeal. I've known about Josh for a long time. I was in like his the Do Not Research Discord a couple of years ago. Hey, what's up, Johnny Now? I was in it a while ago, and you know, he's always kind of been this underground internet figure. Like, he knows everybody. Like, he is fucking Matt Healy from the 1975 on his on the 8th episode of his podcast. Guy knows fucking everybody. And seeing him now like get his popular appeal on YouTube and shit to a wider audience, like, good for him, man, because he's been fucking killing it for years. All he had to do too, he never tried. I don't think he ever aimed for like extremely popular success on a big platform. Like, he's always been doing well, but like, look, the Greg episode, 130k views. Man, he's killing it with this shit. Also, this video is great.
I've always thought of game spaces as part of the left is because most in-game player organizations are socialist in their design. And I think many gamers have been socialist and not known it. This video is a breakdown of the Guild and a structural analysis of its political economy, DKP. Dragon Kill Points is a loot system used by player organizations in massive multiplayer online games. Once you get to the endgame content, you're fighting raid bosses that have too much health and deal too much damage for any one individual to kill on their own. So to accomplish this, players form in-game organizations called guilds. In the example of World of Warcraft Classic, we're talking about a formation of 40 people who all go into the boss's lair and kill the big dragon. But what gets very interesting is that once you kill the boss, he doesn't drop enough loot for everybody. He usually drops around 4 or 5 items, and there's no way to split 4 or 5 items in 40 different ways. So the guild is tasked with the distribution of scarce resources among a group of angsty, nerd rage gamers. Dividing it up can get very complicated. In this case, the useful thing about WoW is that it's an old game, and that means there are 15 plus years of case studies for what are the most stable and productive forms of player organization. Unless players feel that the guild's loot decisions are legitimate, they're not going to stick around. In the game space, you really can vote with your feet, in that if you don't like it, you can G-quit and join another guild. Very often, groups will have heated disputes over who gets the most valuable items. And as you might imagine, many of these gamers are quick to argue and very comfortable saying all of the most offensive things all of the time. And I think it's important to emphasize this.
Dude, the fucking, the what's his name? The incel, fucking dude, like Elliot Rodger. The Elliot Rodger background is fucking, that's insane, dude. That's fucking insane. I can't believe he did this.
Because the great irony of the last few years is that many people have said these online spaces are too rude and too hateful to ever be folded into a moral system like socialism. But that criticism actually cuts the other way, in that if I can prove that the guild formation is socialism, then that means the economic model must be so good, so stable and productive, that it can withstand the most volatile and antisocial personalities. The plan works even when the people you put inside of it are imperfect. You earn DKP in a few ways: by time, by attendance, and through boss kills. So there's an hourly wage, but there are also rewards for good performance. The system incentivizes everyone to play their best. Each player is a worker in the cooperative entity of the guild. Value is produced through a boss kill, and this value is represented by the in-guild currency called DKP, which is paid out to all members equally so long as the boss is killed. The raid leader, the main tank, the highest and lowest DPS all get paid the same. This internal guild currency is then used by players to purchase the items dropped by the raid boss. Many other models of guild governance exist. There are monarchies or dictatorships where one guild leader decides everything. Those groups do not last very long. Loot Council is a system of representative democracy where a small committee makes decisions about how to best distribute resources. Casual guilds most often use random dice rolls. This is essentially a lottery system. In rare cases, a very wealthy player will pay a ton of gold to hire out 39 other raiders and take all the loot for himself. I wonder what system that could be. So while many other models of guild governance exist, DKP is the most politically stable in the long term and provides an efficient means of distributing resources to where they are needed most. And while DKP feels like money, there is no way to rent DKP, and there's no way to charge interest. For example, Flip can't loan me 10 DKP, and I'll pay him back 12 at next week's raid. That doesn't exist within the economic model of the guild. There is no DKP debt. And if DKP cannot be invested or used to generate new value, that means it's not capital. Capital is value in motion. DKP feels like money, and you use it to buy stuff, but it's not capital. What DKP is good for is creating a price signal to determine the relative need for a certain item. Let's give an example. Myself, Flip, and Margot are all healers. I'm a priest, Margot is a paladin, and Flip is a druid. And there's a plus 60 healing mace that has just dropped from the most recent boss kill, and we could all benefit from it. But how do we tell who would benefit the most? I'm running a high intellect build, Margot's running a high wisdom build, and Flip is running a high plus healing build, and his output would be greatly improved by equipping the mace. So we've all been paid out in DKP from killing the various raid bosses, from putting in our time and showing up reliably. Now the item is up for bids. I put in the minimum bid of 25. Margot puts in 50, because both of us would like to have the mace. But Flip bids 200, because he would really benefit from having this particular item. Even though all of the healers would benefit, Flip would benefit the most. So what we created is essentially a workers' co-op that evenly distributes the surplus value it creates. That value is represented by an internal currency, which is used to generate a price signal to determine the relative need of goods. That's market socialism. Out of all these systems, DKP is by far the most popular and frequently used loot system for guilds. But the design team never built DKP into the game itself. Instead, they opened up a system where players could self-organize, and the model of a workers' cooperative won.
Kino, so it's hard to react to things when I'm like genuinely interested in what they're saying. So, like, I don't want to pause and be like, yap. You know, I'd rather listen. Great video. He's talking about socialism. He was talking about fucking socialism. 1 second here. Let me get the You guys see this? Frogan. I told you, this is a Frogan drama stream, okay? I told you this was a fucking Frogan drama stream. Fucking Frogan, okay? Frogan wanted to round up her terrorist... Okay, this is from Nicholas Diorio. Didorio. Didorio? Yeah, it's an O. Sorry, it looks like a second D. Nicholas Diorio. Frogan wanted to round up her terrorist sympathizer friends and do a 9/11 reaction baking stream where they make the Twin Towers and an airplane. Her efforts were thwarted because this disgusting freak couldn't get enough donations to reach the goal.
Okay, 6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
That's so fucked up. Why does she look like that? Why does she fucking look like that? Why do they always look so fucked up, man? Anyway, I thought... Lunacy... It's just not... No, it's not... It's not funny. It's not funny to, like... It's not funny because it's edgy. It's just, like, also not a funny thing to do. But, like, no, like, a cake, like a 9/11 cake is not... A 9/11 cake is not funny. It's just not good... I think her crime here is bad humor. 9/11 jokes are kind of funny sometimes when it's Norm Macdonald, but Frogan. Why does she look like this? Why is she so rough? I don't like that. That looks like a porn. That looks like it's gonna be porn eventually. I really hate her face. She looks like Thomas the Tank Engine. Anyway, but this whole Frogan thing is astroturfed as fuck. Cause she, like, I guess she's banned off Twitch now. I can't really find her Twitch. She averaged like what I average. You know, for somebody who is so in the zeitgeist, for somebody who is so in like known, you know, she's got like 50k Twitter followers. She's all over the place. Or sorry, it's like she got like 60k. She's all over the place. It's just like it's hard to like she does less viewers than I do. She does less stream viewers than I do. Andy Milanakis. Oh, that's funny. Andy Milanakis is against it. Wait, DJ Clancy. Oh, that's the guy who started Twitch. Frogan 3-day ban only. This is more cooked than the military stuff. Smug-faced, talking about a sub-goal to recreate 9/11 with towers and plain cake. Get her ass to Rumble. That's a funny insult. Get her ass to fucking Rumble. Hot take. She's trying to do Cum Town, but she's female and brown, so she's getting canceled. No, she's not trying to do. She's not funny. The hoping. What? There's no ironic detachment when she says she hopes American soldiers get PTSD. There's no ironic detachment with that. She's like being sincere, or not sincere, but the hatred of America and of soldiers is sincere. And she's not funny when she says it. There's no comedy. There's no like punchline. She's just saying like vulgar things. She's so fucking smug, man. So smug. Anyway. I'm glad I don't fucking... Frogan talking about when the dime DoorDash was down for 3 hours. Does this bitch ever shut the fuck up? XQC speaks on Frogan. Goddamn. It's over. It's never been more over for the boys. Huh? It's never been more over. What's up? Chat, how we doing? I gotta get those off my face. Actually, no. That's kind of nice. Actually, having them on because I have like light. Look, you can see it in my sunglasses. I got a ring light directed into my eyes this whole time. Dragon Cats, well, but quite sleepily. Twitter user should not be allowed to leave the asylum. Stressed. Hey man, too blessed to be stressed. That's what I say. That's what I fucking say. Too blessed to be stressed. I don't even know what's going on in the world right now, man. What do we got? We got. It's all just. It's like the. You know what's funny? The political stuff, the pre-election run, the pre-election political streaming. The pre-election political streaming is it's so exciting leading up to the point, but it's like those last 2 weeks are almost kind of boring. I feel like a little bit burnt out of the election. I'm just like, I don't know. It's at the point where like no one can really control the outcome unless something drastic happens, and it just kind of I don't know what's going on. I don't really care about the election news right now. It's just not exciting to me. Imagine how it feels to be American. Don't actually. Okay, I won't imagine. Where's Michael Mouse? Michael Mouse has been tweeting like crazy too. Who's that? That's a crazy chin. How do you get a face like that, man? What's Michael Mouse on about? What about that? What about that, huh? What about this? What about this? How's that? Did you like that? Look at him. Look at him. He's a little rapscallion. He's a tough. He's a toughed up. He's a tussled little kitty cat. Why is there Sigma music on it? What the fuck? Soul, bro, that was not necessary to put Sigma music on that. Yeah, Trump McDonald's is boring. That's what Twitter's supposed to be. I'm knitting a sweater so cozy peeled and knit maxing. Fucking based Dragon Cat. Maya Rudolph and Alec Baldwin SNL sketch. Wait. Oh wait. I saw that. It's your boy.
You call that human rights, China? I call it human wrongs. Comedy. Sundays on TNT.
It's a picture-perfect match made in comedy heaven.
Oh, shut the fuck up, ABC.
And now, the thing that will change everyone's minds.
That's 4 years ago. Well, I can't find it. It's been scrubbed off the internet for fuck's sakes.
My campaign has raised $1 billion.
No, it's still another. You know what's funny? Is mainstream media started reaction streaming, reaction channels. Like, you watch some shit and they're like, it was a thing for the whole world to watch, and it cuts back to like someone yapping and they're like, this thing was fucking amazing. It was the beginning of reaction streaming. The very beginning of reaction streaming, okay? The very fucking beginning. Also, if you're here, 78 people, like the stream, please and thank you. It helps out massively for some reason. I can't quantify it, but it helps out massively. We already know Trump is going to win, not because of his policies or anything, but the Biden-Harris administration has been so garbage that Trump is the good option. He's not the good option. I think he's going to win. I think Trump's definitely going to win, but he's not the good option. I think Trump is going to win. I don't know. All I see is like... All I see is the poly market. I've been seeing that fucking number. The poly market, the election cycle poly market, which is not a good predictor of lesser evil. Depends on how you feel about democracy. Where's he at here? Ooh, that's crazy. Look at that. God, he's fucking going up like a skyrocket.
Never kill yourself.
All right, thanks, Anon. Thanks, Anon, for the never kill yourself. Watching Vance on Theo Von. I didn't watch Vance on Theo Von. Did he? Vance at Theo Von? When did he do that? Oh, today.
We have some upcoming tour.
I'm not gonna watch this whole
4 years in a
That's
row.
reforestation, isn't it?
That's right. But man,
this might get content ID'd.
Very bad choice versus very, very bad choice.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, MJ Sock. I do remember that. And I don't know, I said it before, you know what I mean? Like, what happened in that election, it just seems like Trump was the socially unacceptable choice. I genuinely believe that Kamala is the socially unacceptable choice in the election. Because Trump was the socially unacceptable choice, and what happened was people voted Trump in private without really, overtly expressing it up until that moment. And it was against Hillary Clinton, so, that tracks. But I could see the reverse happening now. I think there's a chance that it could happen now. Because I don't think Kamala's the popular... I don't think Kamala's like the... Kamala's not the... you're with your boys and you're like, I'm voting Kamala. They're like, fucking bitch. Kamala served fries. Kamala worked at McDonald's. Didn't she? Wasn't that her big thing? I fucking hate when goddamn politicians say that shit. When they're like, I worked at McDonald's when I was in university. I'm just like you. Fuck you. Yeah, get real. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, right. Kamala. McDonald's. What is this? U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris often referred to her time when she used to work at McDonald's early in her life during her school days, which reflect her understanding of the struggle of working families. The struggle of working families. The struggle of working families. Early in her life during school days, which reflect her understanding of the struggles of working families. According to The Telegraph, Donald Trump has argued, claiming that it was a lie to gain favor from the voters, and he also asserted that he confirmed with the manager of McDonald's restaurant that Kamala was never an employee there. The Telegraph reported that McDonald's authority has made themselves distance from this debate with the statement that they are not able to verify the information due to lack of employee records from the 1980s of this brand. McDonald's employees have been instructed to avoid the discussion at the location from where they claim comes from. Get real. Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I'm pretty pilled.
A vote for the system versus a vote for the system.
Yeah, I agree. None of this shit is going to affect anything, sadly. I don't think. I can't even call it, man. I get like fucking more and more confused every day. I get more and more confused every day. I think everyone does. Anyone who says there doesn't is anyone who says they aren't is coping. Anyway, enough of that. What else can I vote for on Polymarket? RFK popular vote share. Popular vote margin of victory. Premier League winner. Politics mentions pop culture. That's what I want. Trump will go on Joe Rogan. Interesting. 95% chance. This is so fascinating. I've never worked at Polymarket. Trump will say skibbity before the election. 3% chance. You can just vote on fucking anything. Oh my god. Evidence released that Kamala worked at McDonald's. 8% chance. What's the volume on this? $57,000 volume? This is awesome, dude. Kamala will go on Lex Friedman. Next James Bond actor. Did Ye cheat on Bianca? Taylor Swift pregnant in 2024. Doge ETF approved in 2024. Roaring Kitty in jail 2024. TikTok banned in the US before May 2025. Lana Del Rey pregnant in 2024. $27,000 volume. What do you mean volume? All. Does that mean how much money is in this? Am I stupid? Does that mean how much money is in this thing? Crypto, politics, mentions. What will Trump say during the Las Vegas rally? McDonald's. Wow. Next time I see a DraftKings ad, I'm shitting my pants. Taylor's got those eggs on ice till after the election. Let's be real. Is Trump going to be a guest on Horseshoe Theory? There is a less than 0 chance Trump will be a guest on Horseshoe Theory within the next 5 years. I'll call it. I'll call it right now. New. Cooper Cup could trade Bitcoin up on November 6th. Associated Press declares winner before 3 a.m. on November 6th. Why is there money? Who is voting on this? Who is coming in here and like seeing that? They're like, I need money on that right now. I need fucking money on that right now. Who will win men? Harris, 5% chance. Who would vote on that?
GRMFMMFGGH God I love cheese squeak squeak fa.
Thank you, Roy's the chicken. You spurgy fuck. I'm wearing sunnies inside. I got my light is reflected on me. Will LeBron James score a point tonight? World Series outcome. Israel-Iran peace deal in 2024. 7% yes. Who is voting on this? What the fuck? That's so fucked up. Has anyone in the chat voted on Polymarket? I need a number on that. I want to know if anyone's voted on Polymarket. It'd be so interesting if someone did. It's tempting. Metaculus. Is that a porn site? Where are you taking me? Metaculus. Okay. Will there be a frontier AI? Wow. When will OpenAI announce ChatGPT 5? Focus areas. Forecasting for a complex world. Is this voting though? Or is this forecasting? Ukraine conflict. $10,000 prize pool. How many Ukraine soldiers resolved? How many Ukraine soldiers will be killed in the Russo-Ukrainian war conflict before 2024? How many Russian soldiers will be killed in the Russia-Ukraine before 2024? Will Russia formally declare war? Oh, wow. Wait, what? Will Russia formally... Oh, I guess they have not formally declared a war. Interesting. Wow, dude, I'm so fucking fascinated by this. Yeah, this must do like something to your soul. There's no way this like gets you into heaven, man. There's no way this gets you into heaven. Top questions. Will there be a frontier open source AI model on January 1st for the following years? Will the EU AI Act implement regulations on foundational models? Will any peer-reviewed replication attempt before 2025 confirm the discovery of room temperature and ambient pressure superconductivity with LK99? What? You can just vote on fucking... When will OpenAI announce ChatGPT 5? Prediction density. Comments. What the actual fuck? Super Forecasters by Philip Tetlock. I bought my GF. Yo, I do a Polymarket ad. I've turned down bet.com ads. I've turned down Stick ads. I would do a Polymarket ad for sure. I would do a Polymarket ad for sure. What's in the fucking news today? Georgia's top court. Oh, this is interesting. This is fascinating here. Georgia's top court deals set back the Trump allies in ballot hand count case. Ruling means Georgia election rule changes will likely remain blocked. Changes were supported by Republican allies of Donald Trump. New rules could have delayed certification of election results. Yeah, I saw that. He was like trying to load the someone put a bot in the chat. I want to get someone just like make an account, like a bot YouTube account, and get them in here. Get them in here. Get the bots, man. Get the bots in here. I don't give a fuck. Get the bots in here. The bots are invited, man. Bring them in. Bring them in. See if I give a fuck. See if I care, man. It's over for me. It's over. We've all died in 20... Thank you, Spasm Fingers. Thank you, Bingo Bango Bongo. Thank you for that. Wait. Let me get a little feed here. Okay? Let's go. Let me go. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. What do you want? There we go. I would do Our chat, I found a YouTube channel that had almost 600 videos of an AI voice talking about how AI will influence different industries. Interesting. Listen to the Lack podcast. I think it's stuff you and Drake would agree with. The Lack podcast. The Lack pod. What, like Elac? Appearance, Instagram poetry, and regime aesthetics. Cache, Gaze, and Michael Hank. The Unabomber Manifesto. What do they do?
This is The Lack with Helen Rollins, Benjamin Studebaker, and Nina Power. Today, we're going to do the Unabomber Manifesto.
Thank you, self-dribbling basketball.
Theme is modernity. Helen, kick us off.
Okay, so I finally had time to write something, and I maybe got a little bit carried away. Anyway, there is no...
That's enough of that. That's enough of that. What else do we got here? Fallout 4, GeoGuessr, Doom, scrolling. Okay. Okay, I won't play Fallout 4 then. Even though I really want to. Even though I really want to kill stuff. Even though I really want to kill bad guys in Fallout 4. Even though I really want to kill bad guys in Fallout 4, I'm not going to do it. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I've been brain rotted all day. PMC. PMC podcast. Another PMC pod? What is PMC? Like, Progressive Money Conversations, the PMC podcast too. Polar Media Co. When I hear PMC, I think professional managerial class. Why are you in an EAC group on Twitter? Because EAC is the fucking best, okay? Am I? What am I in? I'm in EAC and I'm in Project Liberal. These are the Twitter communities I'm part of. Beth Bezos. Definition of AGI. I'm going with this approach now. I'm going with this approach now. When I use a word Humpty Dumpty said in rather scornful tone, it means what I just said to mean neither more nor less. I don't know, that's a fucking schizophrenic question.
Vault Dweller is a bad guy.
I try to be. Fuck, I can never watch these videos with the sound on because Twitter has so much copyrighted music. I can never watch these videos with the sound on. One sec, let me check. Is it copyright ID'd? Music. Fuck, come on, why? What if I like settings? I can do custom playback speeds now. No, I still can't do it. Truth Social. I've never been on Truth Social. Can I just look at Truth Social or do I sign up? Who spends time on there? Okay, give me a second here. I'm making a Truth Social account. Date of birth, January 6th, 2022. So I gotta get a verification code here. Give me a second. 472-489. At Art Chad. Hey, it's not taken. Awesome. Okay. Skip this step. We're going anon. Okay. Come with me. Wait. Go with me, chat. We're going anon. We're going to follow... Oh, Kamala is on here. We're going to go Trump. We're going to go Kamala HQ. JD Vance, Tucker Carlson, Daily Wire, Charlie Kirk, Jack Posobiec, Breitbart, Trump Jr. Who else is on here? Polymarket, Matt Taibbi, Tulsi Gabbard.
This is so sad. I thought we were gonna cover the billionaire on billionaire petty feud of the streaming wars and why Jeff and Leo hate each other and are doing turbo cringe on a global scale over profit margin comparisons. Where is the 5-hour yap?
Why Jeff and Leo hate each other. Turbo cringe. Oh, we can do more. We can do some Hassan. We can do some Hassan stuff in a second. Let me. Dave Rubin, Armed Forces Pressed, Paul Joseph Watson. I just want to fuck up my truth mode. I just want to fuck up my my truth social. Red State, Real America's Voice. Gavin Newsom? Nah, no way. Not me. The Post Millennial, yep. Epoch Times, fuck yeah. Disclose.tv. Anyone fucked up? Kid Rock, hell yeah, dude. Wall Street Apes, Babylon Bee. The Federalist, yeah. Feeling good. America First Works. Yep. Hell yeah. Okay. Skip this step. Here we are. Truth Social. TruthSocial.com.
Under Kamala's economy, millions of Americans are suffering because of inflation. They're losing their jobs. You can't afford housing, groceries, or a car. And yet Kamala is importing millions of illegals across our borders and giving them taxpayer benefits at your expense while taking the jobs from African Americans and from Hispanic Americans at levels that we have not seen. You're going to see reports coming out very soon. They're trying to hold it until after the election. Hopefully it won't matter because we're...
Okay. Global warming? What, really? Nah, we have much bigger threat. It's called World War III. This is why Trump's going to win.
AOC, young...
This is why Trump's going to fucking win. It just says shit like this.
Girl. Very nice person. She never even studied the environment in college. Average student at best.
Oh!
She was an average student. She walked in one day, she said, we're going to all be dead in 12 years because the oceans are rising. Well, it's been more than 12 years. What's...
No more Hassan-based torture. Just getting to bring up Leo dunking on how unprofitable the Twitcher question was by making Community, renamed Camu, just to show Jeff he'd never make his investment back.
Huh? Fuck yeah.
Going on? No, we have a much bigger threat. We have a threat called nuclear weapons and having stupid people running our country. And if you talk about global warming, that's the real global warming, not this nonsense of the ocean's going to rise over the next 400 years by 1/8 of an inch and we're going to be wiped out. No, we have a threat right now and we better get smart because we're very close to World War III. If you take a look at what's going on, we're very close. So
Damn, see, Kamala's not saying stuff like this. I understand why so many streamers are conservative and so many influencers are conservative because this is so much more fun to watch on a stream and to react to like yell about, to react to Trump. It's so much more entertaining and so much more fun than it is watching Kamala. Is just like, you know, it's laid back, it's passive, you're listening. And the streamers don't want to, the chat, they don't want to listen. If they want to listen, they wouldn't be watching a stream. You're watching a stream for dopamine. You're watching a stream for brain rot. And I'm going to give it to you. Move the Bill of Rights. What is this? Epoch. Reposting on Truth Social is called retruthing. Discover. Get off my fucking home. I want to discover. Interesting. 13,000. Imagine being really big. Imagine being really big on Truth Social. Does anybody here use Truth Social? Like, have a Truth Social account they watch regularly or like use regularly? I'd be very interested to see that or figure out what that stat is, what that number is. Very fascinated. Kid Rock. Now that Kid Rock. Now that California is registering why does this have like a fucking? Am I stupid? Does this have some weird filter on it? Does this have like is this like deep fried? No. No, I'm losing my mind. No, sorry, it's not deep fried. I'm just wearing sunglasses. Now that California is registering non-citizens to vote and has refused to cooperate with the federal election integrity program, all votes from California should be nullified and federal representatives from the state be removed from Congress. Wow. You can just say whatever you want. How many followers does Trump have on Truth Social? 7.9 million followers. Anybody here? My mom has Trump socks but doesn't use Truth. My roommate was on a wait list for Truth Social and he would talk about it daily. It's like 10 years old. Is it 10 years old? Treason. Wow, man. First president in history.
Thinking a stream should be a brain rot drip feed fundamentally limits the medium, and shows a bit of a misunderstanding of the appeal of engaging with or watching a stream. Brogba.
Hey, I'll always get... Look. Brain rot's necessary. Brain rot's necessary, man. And brain rot's how you learn. You gotta trick them. You gotta bring them in with brain rot. And then once they get in, you pill them. Voter IDs for all these states. Wow. This is fun. What's the other, okay, wait. Sorry.
David Foster Wallace was right. We are entertaining ourselves towards oblivion.
Yeah, we are. Oh, thank you for the new animated banner thing. Thank you for the like. I put that in there. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be a fun little, thing to throw in here. What's the other social media? Remember what was the other the COVID social media? Give me context for what's going on. I just looked at Truth Social, and asking what the other social media. No, not Threads. It was like we're all the conspiracy. It wasn't Truth. It was like the uncensored Twitter, like a Twitter type thing. Parler. BitChute. No, Parler. I think maybe Parler. No. Fuck you. Gab? Maybe it was Gab? I forget the name. I remember going on there and it was just insane. Gab, a freedom social network. Maybe it was Gab. I remember going on there in the middle of COVID. No, it wasn't Signal. In the middle of COVID, I went on, and it was just like insane nonsense. And it was like such fear-mongering, like everyone is going to die in 6 months from the vaccine. That shit was like insane. Be a free speech hero. It's happening. It's happening. People are rejecting open borders. Poland will suspend the right to seek asylum. Denmark will suspend border controls. Yeah. If Texas and Florida are going to have their election results on election night, so can Georgia and Michigan and Wisconsin. Boy and his dog found under several feet of rubble during mudslide. Here we go. Wait. I didn't get my flu shot because I'm smart enough to realize that the medical industry prefers a chronically ill population over a healthy one. 200 likes. People are still using Parler. Or Gab. Gab, please donate to help keep the memes flowing. Clips? Gab clips. I love...
So here's the way it breaks down. Lolo Sotoro.
This is Barack Obama, just so everyone's watching. That's Barack Obama's stepfather, who he was raised with for the first 8 years of his life.
Okay, well, the rest of his life afterwards, Barry Sotoro has an interesting
Frasierist, you couldn't have said it better.
His mother, on his maternal side, his grandfather was first cousin to President George Herbert Walker Bush. So George Herbert Walker Bush, George Walker Bush, Dick Cheney, vice president, they're all cousins. So here's the way it breaks down. Lolo Sotoro.
This is Barack Obama, just so everyone's watching. That's Barack Obama's step.
That's fun.
You're gonna learn some things about the black man very soon. And by the way, those of you who are getting real nervous, those of you who are getting scared about the potential of an invasion of little green men from Mars on UFOs.
What is this?
I can tell you right now, there are no little green men coming. But the pilots of those vehicles that you call unidentified flying objects, they look like me. They look like me. And they are not from some alien place.
What?
They're from right here with a superior technology that you could only dream about. That you could only dream about. And the powers that be, your rulers, your leaders, they know who are the pilots. That's why UFOs are classified above top secret. You cannot learn about them. And they keep feeding you ideas of ETs with long arms. Ooh. To get you all spooky, thinking about some aliens that,
oh my God,
like blobs of jelly, and you're expecting some creepy little thing to come one day. Black men pilot those vehicles.
Oh my God.
And we dared the powers that be to challenge us on this, because we have the proof. And we have the technology.
Where's the proof?
And that's why today you got to understand that it's a new day. And while America and Britain are trying to conduct business as usual, it's not going to be business as usual.
Where's the proof? That channel was awesome. Oh my God, what is this? That's the videos. Is this like a black supremacy threads page? No, that's a white guy.
You're gonna learn some things about the black.
Oh my God, I want to know so much more.
Business dealings. Rockefeller made sure to get the better end.
I'm not watching that 7-minute video. Man, this is so much fun. Oh, look at that, man. How could you hate Trump when he's feeding French kitty cats to French fries to kitty cats, man? Come on. That's awesome, dude. I want to see more skit shit so bad. See, it's almost like Twitter. It's almost like Twitter kind of got, I guess because Elon took it up. No, Instagram got crazier as well. Both of those social medias, Twitter went full retard, yes, but Instagram got crazy at the same time. Instagram is crazy content. You go to the comments, people saying crazy shit. It's way less unmoderated than it used to be. And it's like Truth, Gab, Parler, like all these alternatives started popping up.
Chad, you are a fine example of Yeka's creation.
Oh, thank you, Caleb L. I try to be a good caucasoid. I try to be a good caucasoid all the time. Or Albinoid? Is that what the white ones are? Yakub, Albinoid. Okay, I'm an Albinoid. Sorry. I try to be a good Albinoid. Yeah, no, Instagram is like a ratio generating algorithm now. But they had to get more ridiculous to kind of get rid of the competition. They had to get ridiculous to get rid of the competition, right? I feel like if they didn't do that, they wouldn't have gotten rid of the competition. One sec, I have to turn off my where is my I have a Twitter blocker. Remove Twitter for you. Manage extension. Off. There we go. Now my Twitter's unfiltered. Dude, I get in so many arguments with fucking... I engage with too many ACP people, and now they always pop up. This guy. I argued with this guy for so long. It was a big mistake of mine. He's always on Twitter. I feel like being on Twitter's dangerous, man. I get so much gore on here. Aren't your ancestors fermented fish eaters and alcoholics? Sorry, everything fine? Weird, my whole stream went down there for a second. Okay, I think we're good. Weird, why did it go down? Get that off there. I lost my train of thought. Aren't your ancestors fermented fish eaters and alcoholics? Alcoholics, yes. Fermented fish eaters, probably. I don't eat fermented fish, but alcoholics, oh yeah, that's in my blood. Where's the Gen Z zeitgeist heading? Gen Z zeitgeist, I got it. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay. So this right here, we're gonna do a little compass, okay? We're going to go to these shapes, line, so 3D view, okay? Wait, no. 3D view, okay. So we're going to go Shabadi. Shabadoo. Okay? Follow me? I'm going to go, libertarian, authoritarian. Come on, give me a better font size here. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, classic compass, right? Classic compass. Everyone knows it. Like that. Libertarian, authoritarian. And we're gonna go. Is it just left, right? I'm trying to think. I have this like new political compass, this new spectrum, this new axes to add. Left and right. Left and right. Yeah, liberal. Yeah, just left and right. I think it's good. Yeah, that makes sense for what I'm trying to explain here. So left. Right, okay. Classic compass. You understand. Hell no, not the political compass. Hell yeah. Can we just do one axis? This is hard. No, No, we're doing multiple axes here. Okay. Authoritarian, libertarian, left and right. See, Sean likes it. Thank you for the.
Keep cooking.
Thank you for the 2 there, Sean. Okay. So classic, Nazi. Over here, tanky. I'm just covering the basics here, okay? I'm just covering the basics. I'm not taking your your intelligence. I'm not taking your intelligence for Proud Goys. Oh my fucking god. That's a crazy user. Tanky, Nazi. We're gonna go down here. Classic. We're gonna go fucking Ancom, not Ancom. Ancom? Yeah, I guess Ancom. Ancom. Although becoming the Ancom, I have to say the Ancom has become ever less viable. I don't meet any left anarchists anymore. That's like a dead. Remember, like everyone used to end up down here. Like you did that political compass test in uni or like in grade school, and everyone ended up down here. That was fucked up. That's dead now, okay? And then right wing, bottom right, we're going to just do ANCAP, okay? Just so you kind of get the anarcho-capitalist, free market, ANCAP, and then kind of neoliberal will be the middle, okay? Now, Proud Goes, are you Latino by any chance? Now, here's the thing. Shabba-dee, shabba-doo, 3D time. 3D shapes, okay? We're going to go cube. Right in the middle.
Left-right is an obscuration of political reality.
I agree, but I could not think of any better words, to be honest. I want to make it like, wait, no, not like that. Not like that. I want to make it like come out. I want to make a line. Fuck. Fuck that. We're going to do doodle. Fuck, how do I do this? How do I make a line, like a 3D line? Paint 3D. Okay, it crashed. Anyway, for fuck's sakes, it crashed. Look. Compass. There's a third axis that comes straight out of the compass, okay? It's a political cube now. Comes out of the compass, political cube. That axis is... The axis should have been beats wife and cheats on wife. That's for another time, okay? That's another time. Make it long and rotate. Can I one second. Let me see if if it crashed, if I can bring it back up. Look. 3D shapes. Boom. Long. Hey, make it long and rotate it. Cool. Cool. So you understand how this works. And we're going to go canvas, brushes. Wait, no. Canvas. Transparent canvas, okay? Brushes. Left. Right. Off. Liberty. Okay? Here we go. This 3D one out here. This is primitivism versus technology. And I'm not shitposting here. I'm not just trying to come up with shit because I'm bored. I'm not trying to come up with shit because I need opinions. I genuinely believe, I've been thinking about this a lot. Genuinely. That right there is the third axis that is genuinely behind most political movements. Every political movement can be fit into accelerationist or decelerationist. You know, technologist, primitivist, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to, however you want to call those terms. People want technology. They want to move forward. They want progress. They want to move forward into the future because they want the future to find their solutions. Some people want to move back. So the socialist, the like anarcho-communist who wants the commune, who wants to chill, relax, who believes technology is only going to be our feudal overlord, is the person who wants to decelerate. Same thing with like neolibs who think that technology is going to disrupt the industries they're currently part of. The industry can't catch up, and technology harms business. They want to decelerate. So they go at the back here on the decel, okay? Decel. And then up here is the ACK. The ACK people, the /ACK, the accelerationists, okay? So the accelerationists, the left accelerationists, okay? These are the people who believe in like UBI, like finding, like allowing AI to replace manual labor and then getting UBI so we can all live like, you know, comfortable socialist lives. We get there with technology. The people, the climate, the technological intervention, climate change people who believe that we're going to find a solution to all of our climate change problems through advancing technology. And that's the only way to do it. They're accelerationists versus the decel climate change people, the eco-fascists, who believe that we need to stop all these processes, that capital is the biggest polluter, and that we need to cut all these processes back, or else we're going to head to a climate catastrophe. Okay, it's truly a third political axis. Truly a third political axis, and you can fit anything into that scheme as well. You can fit anything into that scheme, and it's also the underlying current. Like, go back or go forward, basically. Go back or go forward. That is part of every political ideology. And now that we have the opportunity and the means to go forward in a way we never had before, it's all about, like, loosening the valve. Do you want to, like, open the valve all the way and let technology just accelerate as fast as possible without any regulation? Do you want to open the valve a little bit and let technology kind of lead us to where we need to go, but still regulate it? Do you want to close the valve a little bit? It's all lines up. It all makes sense. I have a new video coming out. I have a little mini video in between. I'm going to Brampton to do another video on Indian immigration. And I'm going to Honduras to do a video on Prospera and transhumanism. So before those videos come out, I'm going to get a video out hopefully by October 30th. And that video is going to be a little in-betweener, a little bit of filler, but it'll be nice.
The real political manifold is a hypercube with the following axes: authoritarian, libertarian left, right, doomer, bloomer, boomer, zoomer.
Left, right. Doomer, bloomer, boomer, zoomer. See, but okay, that's what I mean. The doomer and bloomer makes sense because doomer and bloomer can be fit into, at least to me, doomer and bloomer can be fit into the concept of accelerate or decelerate. I don't want to say accelerate because acceleration is a very loaded term. Acceleration is extremely loaded. It means something very specific. So accelerationism, accelerate, it's kind of a sketchy term to play with. I wouldn't play with it. I wouldn't misuse it. But doomer and bloomer makes sense. I mean, there is like, it's still, I wouldn't say like nihilist versus optimist either. Optimist versus pessimist, because the decelerators aren't pessimistic. Like deceleration, pessimism requires like a lack of goal. Like nihilism requires a lack of a future. Okay, nihilism requires a lack of a point to reach. It's like truly like true nihilism is the loss of hope. You can't say you're a nihilist if you believe in a future. If you believe in a future, you're not a nihilist. It just those things do not categorically add up. But you can be pessimistic and still believe in a goal, because deceleration is a goal. If you're pessimistic about the way things are heading right now, but you believe in deceleration, you believe in regulation, you believe in turning back the dial, closing the valve on tech, then you still believe that there's a goal to reach, and that goal happens to be less progress. That goal is less tech progress than we have right now. That's just my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents here. Some doomers want to accelerate into the ground. Yeah, some doomers I want to accelerate my brain to the fucking wall behind me with a shotgun. I gotta burn through the nicotine gum tonight. I gotta stop swallowing gum. Walkable cities, including bike lanes. See, that's what I like. This is what I'm saying. You can be X-Cube 720, walkable cities. You can be a techno-optimist and accelerationist without being politically radical. If your point is to like, you can, this is why it actually works as the third axis.
How many fun coupons do you want to review or dissect Legal Eagles video from yesterday about the US election when you're done with this? I'm curious on your opinion and takes.
One sec, Lumi. I specifically didn't use EAC, generalized, or Bloomer. Point being, there are additional optimism, pessimism, and age axes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. One sec. You can be a status quo. You can be a status quoist. You can be a neoliberal. You can be a centrist and still believe in, if you believe in the status quo, but you believe the way to maintain the status quo is through the through the advancing technology and through allowing and believing in technological growth as a tool to maintain the status quo, then you would be in the center, but on the end of the third axis of accelerationist. If you're a status quoist, if you're a centrist, but you believe in that technology is a threat to the status quo and a threat to neoliberal order, you would be a decelerationist. In the back of it, still a centrist. It's why it's truly like a beautiful third axis. Thank you, Johnny Now. Good night. Isn't that just regressive? I mean, yeah, regressive, no, because the thing is that tech is not going to stop. Like, it's inevitable. So you either want to slow that process to a point where you feel like it's not, if you're a centrist, right? And you want to slow tech and regulate tech because it threatens neoliberal status quo order, and you want to slow down the inevitable advance of technology for the purpose of growing slower, then you're a decelerationist. It's not about going back. Like, it's like stopping, like you can't go back. If you're going back, you're into like destruction. You're into entropy. You're destroying things we currently have. The farthest back of the decel axis would be like stop, like a full halt. Like we don't do like any new shit with AI or communication technology for forever or for like a period of time, like putting a pause on it. That is going to be the back end of the decel axis. The top end of the decel axis would be like full deregulation, but for the purpose of advancing, of maintaining the status quo, not for the purpose of like ANCAP, right? So you can still be a centrist, but still believe in either end. Yeah, that's why I'd say it's speeding up. It's about, that's what I mean. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, so like, it's still, this is the first time I'm testing my theory out to a live audience. But I feel like I could. This has legs. It has legs, and I actually think it's an important thing to consider. I'm not just trying to be like a wacky. I'm not just saying this because I think it's wacky and fun. I'm saying this because it's genuinely, you can fit any political ideology into this framework. It's not about like, it's not like an age thing. It's actually it's interesting. It's interesting and it's relevant. Because as technology takes off, this is in the forefront of everyone's minds. Everyone is politically thinking. Everyone thinking politically is now considering AI and technology as a variable in their political thought. It's not just about it's about like this potential future we could reach now. It's no longer about just like on the ground politics, policy, material things. Like technology technology could potentially change everything and the way we think about the world. And it has to be considered when you're thinking about politics. If the U.S. puts a pause, Russia and China will accelerate way past this. Decelerating would end the U.S. losing its position on the world stage. I agree. I do agree. See, I agree. I'm a soft effective accelerationist. Probably more LAC. But acceleration's it's a good term for this. This is why there's so many different acts. Like there's the LACs, there's the RACs, there's a UAC. Yeah, become an Accel. Primitivists do need somewhere to go. Yeah, I see that a primitivist would be like a fully back at the D cell. They would be a full pause. How do you do left accelerationism is using technology and advancing technology for socialist goals. So what you'd want to do, hey, if you want to join, I'm reading like the LAC Bible right now in my book club, patreon.com/artchad. I do a book club. We read a book a month and then do a live stream at the end of the month to talk about the book, what we learned, kind of have like a discussion panel you can call in. I do a full live stream. You can call into the live stream. We talk about it. It's a big, long thing. It's very fun. And I'm also working on a website to host book reports that you can read and review your peers' book reports, and also a full dossier of all the books you've read in the book club. Right now, we are reading Inventing the Future, Post-Capitalism in a World Without Work, which is like the foundational left accelerationist text. It's a very interesting book. I highly recommend it. But yeah, using like basically socialism with technology, like using technology to get to a point where you can automate. It's a little nebulous, but like automate away shit labor. Like we don't need convenience store cashiers if we have AI. We don't need like people who do grunt work. We don't need, but those jobs need to go somewhere. So the idea is to like, with the surplus value created from AI, we would use it for some sort of universal basic income or some sort of like social security to give people the opportunity to start more businesses and not have to do shit labor. Space communism. Yeah, that's LAC. RAC is accelerate everything until technology rivals democracy, and technology disrupts democracy, destroys democracy, destroys neoliberal order, and then we go to the other side. The acts are really interesting. Oh, Grimes is absolutely an accelerationist. The accelerationism is like the newest. I'd say in my new video I talk about a few of these. My new video is going to be like dead ideologies. It's going to be like seven dead political ideologies explained in like 20 minutes. And the theme of the video is that basically all of the right-wing ideologies that used to be popular, alt-right, eco-fascism, libertarian populism, have all been absorbed into MAGA, basically. And on the other end of that, you have all of the like lefty, new progressive philosophies have been absorbed into accelerationism. But there's also, so there's like UAC. If you know Nick Land, if you guys saw my video on hyperstitions, you would know who Nick Land is, or you would just know him regardless. I'm sure my chat knows who Nick Land is. Nick Land was a universal. No, what is UAC? I don't know if it was universal accelerationist. Let me see here. UAC. Or sorry, unconditional. Nick Land was an unconditional accelerationist. And unconditional accelerationism is that what accelerationism really comes from. It comes from Nick Land, and it's this idea that like capital is a process that must be completed. Capitalism is a process that must be completed, and the process will just eat up more and more and more resources and will just commit entropy onto itself. It is capitalism is entropy manifest. You can go into Nick Land's work. It's pretty psychedelic, but I like Nick Land's work because he, the fringe always influences the mainstream, and the mainstream gets created from the most viable ideas of the fringe. This is why art is so important. It's because art is the fringe, And the best part of that. One sec.
With how cornic land is to the crew, do you ever plan to make Fanged Numana the book of the month?
Fanged Numana is like unreadable. I try to keep the books in the book club pretty accessible, but I think Fanged Numana is genuinely just too. I would say read that on your own time. There could be like a splinter cell of the book club if you want to read some fucked up shit, but I would read that on your own time. She fanged on my Numina. Fuck yeah. So yeah, Nick Land sees capital as this process that has to come to a natural conclusion. The natural conclusion is the destruction of everything, like every structure in society. So Nick Land is an unconditional accelerationist, and that is the idea of accelerating everything as fast as possible, and just every process that is beginning, just get it to its natural end as fast as possible. So Nick Land would say this with technology. Nick Land would say this with democracy. Nick Land would say this with capitalism. Nick Land would also say this with like gender. Like Nick Land believes that nothing can happen, nothing can truly change until we're on the other side of every process that's playing out. So if you look at like, if you're someone who believes that, you know, gender is kind of getting deconstructed, Nick Land says deconstruct gender all as fast as possible. Like whatever process is happening right now to deconstruct gender, turn it up. The birth rate collapse, Nick Land wants that birth rate to 0. If the birth rate's going down, Nick Land wants population collapse as fast as possible. Racism. This is Nick Land got pretty popular on the right wing and the white supremacist side because he believed in this idea. He would advocate for hyper racism, and he wants like every racial tension to be as strong as possible in order to initiate a race war, because he sees the inevitability of a multicultural society will inevitably reach some sort of massive racial conflict. So therefore, he wants that to happen as fast as possible. Again, unconditional accelerationism. Whatever happens, speed it up. EAC is just the tech part for the goal of like finding solutions through tech. It's the softest version of accelerationism. And it's the one that's the most viable. It's why it's so popular. It's why like everybody in Twitter has EAC in their bio. It's why you have like major people with EAC in their bio. Like Mark Zuckerberg did at one point. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. It is the political philosophy of the tech world is effective accelerationist, and it's completely viable. It's something that's thought by like, I'd say like a large minority of people genuinely would call themselves effective accelerationists or believe in the tenets of effective accelerationism, whether they've heard about it or not. That's why it's important. What prevents the evolution of the next life? TBH, Canada feels like it's on the precipice of a racial conflict right now. No. I don't think Canada is. Canada is so multicultural. I don't think people really don't grasp how multicultural Canada is and has been for so long. In the grand scheme of things, you know, we've doubled our immigration rates in the last 3 years. It's only been the last 3 years. And you see it a lot in big cities and small towns. And it is a problem. I'm not trying to downplay the fact that it's like not a problem. It's a huge problem, but it's just like Canada's a multicultural society. It's entirely a multicultural society. I can't say that Canada's not, like I grew up with so many people from so many different places in like rural Nova Scotia. It's totally a multicultural society. So there's no way Canada's dealing with an immigration crisis, but Canada's not. There's not like the rising racial tension is with like Indians because of the immigration crisis, but it's not anybody else. Twitter notifications. Oh look, an accelerationist, not opinionated 4.7b/ac to the squared. Hell yeah, brother. It turned multicultural the minute it got colonized by the Europeans. Yeah. More so ethnic conflict of Canada's versus FOBs. Yeah. Fair. Fair. I mean, immigrants. There was that SNL bit. I forget what it was. Is a Lebanese guy talking about being a second generation Lebanese immigrant, and the way his dad talks about it is he's like, the goal of the immigrant is to get to a point where you don't want other immigrants let in. It's like that's how you know you've made it in the country you moved to, where you're like, okay, I'm done, turn them off, they can't come anymore. Which is what our society does. The natives made the same mistakes as Europeans. They allowed their invaders to say, you know, I was reading the Christchurch shooters manifesto today for a video. And he says that in his manifesto. He talks about invaders, and then he uses Native Americans, he uses Native Australia, because he was an Australian. He uses Native Australians as his example on why you can't let other people in. I find that really interesting. That's a very interesting document. I think everyone should read it. I think as something, I never read it. I know it's like fucking almost 5 years old now. But I never read it during the shooting or like during the weeks following. And it's a very fascinating piece of writing, because it's like this weird mix of like coherent opinions and shit posting, and also political schizophrenia, because he's an eco-fascist. He's an explicit eco-fascist. He says it in the book, he says it in the manifesto. He's an explicit eco-fascist, but he also says that he was a communist and he was against. He mentions there's a point in the book where he's asking himself questions. He's like, what if X? And he's like in quotes asking himself questions as if it's like an interview, and then answering the questions. And someone asks like, oh, well, what about, if you're saying that immigrants pollute the environment, what about capitalists? And he says, don't worry, they're next. I found that really interesting, that he's like an anti-capitalist, eco-fascist, terrorist. It's a very interesting concept. I reply to some YouTube comments. I think I used to when I got less, but now I get so many YouTube comments that I find it really difficult to like focus on them. I do read them though. I do read most of them, but I get so many fucking comments. Like when I'm getting like 1,000 comments a video, I just find it impossible to keep up with them. God, my new video is fucking bombing, dude. Basically Ted Kaczynski. Yeah, he was a good Ted Kaczynski type. D-Cell. Tom, get this off your fucking... Jesus Christ, man. That's so fucked up, Tom. Thank you, Tom Gray. I appreciate it. This wasn't porn. Just so I scrolled past that really quick. That was not porn. It's just a gym girl. What is this? Oh, interesting. So Vitalia is a lab in Honduras, in Prospero. Vitalia is a like biomed resort, basically. It's where I'm staying. It's where I'm staying in Honduras when I go. I'm staying at this biomed lab resort. So, as you know in the video, September 20th, 2024, Honduras declared the ZAs illegal. Vitalia submitted a letter to the Honduran Supreme Court. The recent vote by the court to retroactively declare ZAs illegal is a huge detriment to the country. It is also against the Constitution. Non-retroactivity is one of the first principles of law. Circumventing it is a major step towards authoritarianism. We generated $20 million investment into the country. We employed 12 Hondurans, including my co-founder. I made the first ever VC investment into a Honduran startup. Honduras is frequently talked about in Silicon Valley due to our efforts. We have people like Brian Johnson, Bajalis, I don't know who that is. And Naval. Who the fuck is Naval? Visit the country, gods of technology. Our future, and with it the hopes and dreams of many talented Hondurans, is under threat. The choices ahead of me are between arbitrary lawlessness and poverty, and the chance of legal stability and prosperity. Damn. Fascinating. Yeah, this shit's so fucking interesting. Yeah, you know, I hope it does well. I'm very hard on myself. You gotta be hard on yourself to be fucking great. There's no way out of it. You can't be easy on yourself. It's tough. It's tough. I don't think people don't talk about how tough entrepreneurship is. They paint it all out as cozy. They paint it all out as like you have no. I mean, I still have a day job, but I'm kind of wrapping that up pretty soon. But they paint it as like you're your own boss. You're in charge of your own hours. Isn't that great? You work for yourself. It's like, no, dude. I work 100 hours a week. Fucking easy. You don't work for you're a slave to you don't work for yourself. You're a slave to yourself. You're a slave to your own goals. You're a slave to your business. It's so much harder than anything I've ever done. The ups and downs are fucking insane. Don't let anyone ever tell you that this shit is don't ever let anyone tell you that this shit's easy. It's fucking hard, but the payout is so good when it comes. Low income, high assets, yeah. Fair. That's the life in the beginning, but it's cool. It's cool. You know, the payout, the potential. The potential is fucking insane. The cap is endless of what you can accomplish. And that's why you do it. That's why you do it. When are you coming to Brampton? I'm coming for Diwali on October 31st. Let's see if I find videos of the there you go. Brampton Diwali. That's all they talk about, how hard it is to be an entrepreneur, and they deserve a wagey sympathy, money. I mean, you deserve, if you're providing value, you deserve money. 100%. I don't think, if you're not providing value, you don't deserve anything. But if you're providing value, people should pay you to provide value. And they should choose to pay you. At the end of the day, it's not, you know, if you give someone money, if you buy something, you're making the conscious decision to do so. No one's stealing it from you. That's why, like, when people came after, like, KSI and Logan Paul and Mr. Beast about Lunchly, I'm like, yeah, it's a stupid product. But, like, then don't buy it. It's going to do well, right? It's going to do well. They're not forcing it down anyone's throats. You don't have to walk in there and buy it. But you don't have to walk in and buy it at all. But yet people are making reviews on it, so. Something about freelance and remote work are so unrelatable for most people that they get genuinely upset if you ever mention the struggles or express the discontent. The discontent. Yeah, no, it is. It is tough.
I'm fully aware. Being present as any level of public figure decays and consumes the soul. Have I thrown enough capital your way to review the legal vid yet, too? It's okay if it's no. Just say no. Last question, off topic dumb/not a good use of $4.20. At Heart Chad, do you have any novel startup ideas you aren't planning on perusing over the next 3 to 5 years?
First, yeah, I'll watch the Legal Eagle video. Sorry, people are yapping outside. Yeah, I'll watch the Legal Eagle video. And any novel startup ideas. Is I aren't planning on pursuing the next 3 to 5 years. Startup ideas. I don't know. I know I want to start like clothing. I have an idea for like just clothing stuff. I don't know. I have ideas for things I'd want to do with like more resources. I think I'd really want to have a second. I want to do a podcast, but I wouldn't be a me podcast. It would be like, I want to get people who like would never talk together to talk without me. Without me, it wouldn't be like me podcast. Like I want to get like Slavoj Žižek and Aiden Ross in the same room to talk. That'd be my dream, and it would have to be like a show. Like that would have to be funded like a program. I would need a partner behind that to like properly fund it. Like that would need a studio, that need a huge set. That like I would host it softly, but it wouldn't be like me and on a podcast. I would just be like, today these two people are talking. That would be my dream, is just like create something like that, because that does not exist. And I just want like the most skits conversations anybody could ever have. I want the most like subversive novel sketch What's up? How you doing? You're good.
When's your stream end?
When's my stream end?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a bit.
For like a couple hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. We're just gonna get food in like 30.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm locked in.
Yeah, don't look at your analytics. That's not good. It's not good for your health.
My stream ones.
Yeah.
I like looking at my stream analytics. I have to see like the health, because the stream health fucks around sometimes. Yeah. It's pretty fun though. I've been like actually enjoying my streaming recently.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't help it. Where was I? Yeah, just stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. All the stuff I want to pursue is like artistic pursuits. I don't really have any like company ideas I'd want to start up. Not something I'm like passionate about. I'm much more passionate about just like ideas and things like that. Like, dude, if I got into fucking business, it'd be the lamest shit. I'd do like TikTok marketing. I think I would do that. If I like pivoted careers into like just full business, it would be like marketing. I'm actually like really good at that. Started me company. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna watch this. This is last year's. So context. I did the Brampton video. I went to Sheridan Plaza, which last year there was a like ethnic tension, like a religious conflict between Sikhs and Hindus during Diwali, because the Khalistan movement, which is the opposition movement to it's a separatist movement against the Indian government for a separate Sikh state. The Khalistan movement was a big deal in the 80s. They actually brought down a plane carrying like 200 Canadians in the 1980s over the, I believe it was an Irish plane, going Ireland to Toronto, something like that. They shot a plane down. Big deal. But now Khalistan has had a huge resurgence in Canada and Surrey, Brampton, and somewhere in the States as well, but like mostly Canada. So every year, the last 2 years, I was talking to some guys from Brampton that all the Hindus come down and a few Sikhs celebrate Diwali. The Khalistan guys show up. It gets radical. This is what happened last year. So I'm hoping my reason to go to Brampton this year for Diwali is to like see if the same thing happens, because I really want to cover this thing.
Whatever you decide to do in the future, Plaza don't sell out. GN.
Thank you, human person, for the 10. I physically am incapable of selling out. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't help but be honest. It's a curse. I'd make a lot more money if I could be dishonest, but here we are. Anyway, yeah, I really want to cover the Khalistan movement in Canada. I think it's extremely fascinating that Canada allows these radical movements to pop up. So, this is what happened last year.
कनाडा की जैसे आपकी हुई थी, जैसे सबकी हुई थी।
अच्छा, पंडित जी का आज पुलिस वाले भी पूरे खड़े हैं सिक्योरिटी पर्पस के लिए। आके सोच रहे हैं निकली मैं भी बंद जो भी बोल रहा है। मैं बोला था ना दिला।
Never mind, that's just some sort of fucking blog. Here we go.
To everyone, we have celebrated. video capturing Diwali celebration in Brampton, Canada gained widespread attention as groups displaying Khalistani flags reportedly disrupted the event, leading to chaos. Allegedly gate-crashing the celebration, these groups threw stones, prompting police intervention. The situation escalated into what authorities described as an internal community fight, with concerns rising. Videos surfacing online show the police attempting to record the incident and intervene to halt the stone-throwing people. A user commented, "It is very unfortunate to hear about the attacks on Hindus celebrating Diwali in Brampton, Canada. It is also concerning that the Canadian media is downplaying the incident by calling it a fight between Sikhs and Hindus. This attack was clearly motivated by religious hatred." Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau conveyed warm wishes to the Hindu and Sikh communities in Canada and globally, extending his heartfelt greetings on the occasion of Diwali and Bandi Chhor Divas. Diwali and Bandi Chhor Divas are all about coming together. To everyone we have celebrated with in Ottawa, Brampton and Etobicoke over the past few days, and to everyone celebrating in communities across the country, Happy Diwali, Happy Bandi Chhor Divas, Trudeau said in a social media post on X. Bandi Chhor Divas is a significant Sikh festival that commemorates the release of Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji, the 6th Guru of Sikhism, from imprisonment in Gwalior Fort. Translated as prisoner released.
Like, even the fucking... Did you hear the way that was phrased? Did you hear the way that was laid out? The one Indian news critiquing Canada for calling it a fight, like a neighborhood fight. And they're like, even the Indians are like, no, it was like a religious conflict, like a religious and ethnic conflict between Punjab Sikhs and Hindus. We downplayed it in our own country. This was this is before, I believe. When was the Sikh leader assassinated? 2020. I think this was before the Sikh leader was assassinated. But yeah, no, it's fascinating. I think look, if I had power over this, if I could make a decision that would fix this, I would just ban expressions of religious extremism. Like, I don't think you have, look, I'm not like a fucking huge civic nationalist here, but if you immigrate to a country, you don't have the right to bring over like ethnic conflicts from your country into your new country. The same thing happened. There was a riot last year between Eritrean people downtown. There was those who supported the new president and those who were against the new president, and there was like a fucking riot downtown between Eritreans in Toronto. It's like, you just can't. There should be something written that just like makes that a crime. That should absolutely be a crime. It's like, no, you can come, but like, don't bring this shit with you for fuck's sakes. And because the stakes are so low here, they can't do this in India. They can't do this in India. They'll get arrested. So they do it here. And nothing happens. We call it a fight between neighbors. A community fight. Like, no, call it what it fucking is. It's a religious conflict. It's a religious conflict between religions existing on a different fucking continent. 12 time zones away in India. Call a fucking spade a spade. That makes sense. What happens if someone manages to define what religious extremism is? I mean, look, the stakes should be higher for immigrants. The stakes should be a little higher for immigrants, right? And they are higher, but it should be like, it should absolutely be like something, like some sort of immigrant-specific law that does not allow you to display religious extremism. That makes way more sense. It makes way more sense. It's higher for a selected few. People wreck cities over sporting events. Yeah, but at least, fuck, dude. At least it's people who live here, or like, at least it's natural to the environment, versus importing more. What's up, Nate Henshaw? I mean, look, you can import more. The thing is that it's sort of an endless pool to pull from. You can keep bringing in more immigrants from different places and eventually bring in more conflicts from different places and import more and more conflicts. I'm trying to think of some examples of some big conflicts going on. I mean, look, if you brought in, like, you could bring in, like, Yemeni people, and there'd eventually be, like, a pro-Houthi versus pro, whatever the guard is in Yemeni. What in Yemen? What is the group? Yemen. Image. What's the map? Here we go. This is what I was looking for. This right here. Saudi coalition, contested areas, Houthis. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like you have countries that are like fully, basically failed states, with massive internal civil wars. Like you're eventually, if you bring in, like it doesn't matter who you're bringing in. If you're bringing in people from these countries, there's going to be an eventual like pour over of that conflict into their host country if you bring enough people in. If we brought in 200,000 Yemenis over the next like 2 years, I'm sure there'd be some tension between Houthi supporters and the government supporters, right? It would eventually boil over. It's just how it happens. It's an unavoidable. Unless you put the things in place to prevent that, like most countries do, where they prevent mass immigration from single countries. You need to put caps on countries because you can't import a bunch of people from one country. They're not going to assimilate well if you bring in like 100,000 or like 200,000 people from one single country. Most countries do this. There needs to be some sort of thing in place that does not allow this to happen, where it's some sort of ban on like political extremism from immigrants, right? Something like that. I can't pull like a ironclad law out of my ass to stop this, but it needs to be stopped. It's a problem that is getting worse and worse and worse the more immigrants we bring in. And all it does at the end of the day is hurt the immigrants as well as Canadians. It hurts everybody. No one comes out on the other end of that good. It creates anti-immigrant sentiment and racism from Canadians, and justifiably so. If all of a sudden you wake up and there's people you don't understand fighting a war you've never heard of, you're going to be fucking pretty pissed off if it's in your hometown. And two, it makes their lives miserable. You're trying to escape this. You're trying to escape a civil war. Why are you bringing it here? You're trying to escape ethnic and religious conflict. Don't bring it here. It's not a fucking playground. It's not a university campus. It's a country. I agree, but it doesn't sit right with me. I mean, look, it's not about... There has to be something in place. There has to be something in place for immigrants. If we're going to do mass immigration, there has to be something in place for immigrants. You can't come here and just have the... You can't come here and day one, or just because you have a permanent residency, you have the same rights as a Canadian citizen. Like, you should be on a short leash. You should be on a short leash. You should be allowed to prove that you're going to be good in this country. You're going to take care of yourself. You're not going to cause problems. And then you earn the right that Canadian citizens have. That's the way it should work. I 100% agree in that. You have no right, if you immigrate somewhere, you have no right to this. You don't have access to the same rights that, citizens do. Temporary pause in immigration. I don't know about temporary pause. Definitely cut. My immediate thing would be cut the numbers back down to pre-2019 levels. We were steady at 250K a year, and it was working well. Step two would be to put limits based on country. You shouldn't be allowed to you can't bring in you can't only bring in Indians. They're not going to assimilate. You can't only bring in fucking Swedes. They're not going to assimilate. You can't bring in fucking you can't bring in only Germans. They're not going to assimilate well. Man, maybe Germans because they speak English. You can't bring in this massive language. I mean, go to fucking Brampton, dude. They don't speak English. Some of them don't speak English. I mean, I was in Brampton. I'm in Brampton talking to people in Brampton, doing street interviews. I needed a translator because they don't speak English, right? I'm not being crazy. I was there. I do this shit. I was on the ground. But we do need, and I do agree, it's not over. Problems will fix things with time. Ian 002. But we need to put things in place now before this gets more out of hand because it is fucked up. Yeah, diversity of immigrants is great. You want immigrants? Immigrants are great. Immigrants are great for countries, especially Western countries. They do so well over here. Let's keep it that way. Let's not fuck it up. Let's not fuck up immigrate. Let's not fuck up the entire process. Literally, ruin the entire system we had of legal immigration, of high-valued skilled labor, and they come here, they do well, they contribute to economic output, they make everybody happy. You know, great, awesome. Let's not fuck that up, because all we're doing right now is fucking it up to the point where we're like getting to a point where no return, where people are like want zero immigration. They're like, you know, completely anti-immigration. That's not a good stance to have. That's not a good stance to have for countries that are, whose birth rates are collapsing, and built on immigration. There's been Indian Jake Paul. There probably is. There's definitely an Indian Jake Paul. You just haven't heard of him. What is really the worst that could happen as a result of all of this, if it is as it goes? I mean, more conflicts. The conflicts don't stop. They happen in Winnipeg. They happen in Surrey. They happen in Vancouver. They happen in Montreal. The Khalistan conflicts happen everywhere. We import more and more. Like I said, Yemen is an example, but we can import like multiple conflicts from multiple places we have to deal with. Driving up housing costs. We're not importing skilled labor. We're not bringing in skilled labor workers. We're bringing in like the lowest class from every country. They're not contributing to economic output. We should be brain draining people. We should be brain draining the world to Canada and the U.S. We should be every top 1% engineer, doctor, scientist, mathematician, computer scientist. They should be in Canada and the U.S. They should not be where they're at. They should be over here, and they should have massively better lives when they get over here. That's what I believe in. I mean, no Transistrians. Yeah, no Transistrians. Fuck Transistria. Let me get a map of Transistria up.
And now, and Liam from Schweisberg. Sorry to bust in here.
It's all good. I'm on an anti-immigration tangent.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, hold on, Liam, get in here. Go, get in here. Listen, I got some strong opinions.
Liam, sit down. By the way, I just want to be clear. This is Liam from Lessons in Crime. He's a sweet, normal boy who has never engaged with politics in his life. And Brogan is now going to schizo rant at him about immigration.
I was having base takes on immigration.
Okay, what are you talking about
Canada
here?
has too many. Canada has too many Indian immigrants.
Oh.
And
he left. Okay.
Yeah, the massive amount of Indian immigrants has caused religious conflicts from India to be like imported over here.
Oh.
So there's the Khalistan movement, which are Punjab separatists from India. That movement is dead in India, but it's very alive in Canada. And they're like, they were a terrorist group in India. They brought down a plane that killed like 200 Canadians in the 1980s.
Wow. I don't like that.
No, like you can go, like I can take you to Brampton. I can fucking walk you down College Street at night when all the
Brogan, you promised.
You want to know my opinion on this?
Yeah.
Sup Jarek JF.
We should all just be nice to each other. That's my opinion.
It's hard when no one else is nice to each other.
I think they should be nice to us, and we should be nice to them. That's my opinion, and I'll stand by it.
Fair enough. I'll take that. Thank you. One sec. Well, I'll watch the Legal Eagle video. Let me just talk shit about Transistria for a sec. See this? See this right here? This is Romania, Moldova, Ukraine. And then there's Transistria. See this little dark part here? When you get to here, that makes you fundamentally different than everybody else. That makes you, see this little yellow part, the light yellow part and the gray part over here? These are fine. You're a good person. The second you cross over to this little brown area, you're a fundamentally bad person. You're not welcome in my country. And I stand by it. Okay, wait, what is this Legal Eagle video? Legal Eagle. U.S. election from yesterday. Okay, Legal Eagle. Please don't be half an hour long. Yes, 18 minutes. Okay.
This is likely to be the most important election of our lifetime. This is not hyperbole. Never have the stakes been higher, but neither has the choice been so easy to make. This is a video that I dreaded I would have to make. I was really looking forward to the possibility that the Republican nominee would be anyone other than Donald Trump. If it had been Mitt Romney, Nikki Haley, or even Ron DeSantis, this video endorsement would have simply explained that you should vote for whoever you wanted based on your policy preferences, because from a legal perspective, it would have been safe to vote for either candidate. And it was going to be gloriously clickbaity with probably the same title and thumbnail that I used here. But unfortunately, this isn't that video because the Republicans nominated Donald Trump. Again. Others will explain the policy differences between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump. But that's not the point of this video. I have very strong policy preferences, and while they do come out from time to time because law is the result of politics, this video's endorsement is not based on those policy preferences. And when I talk about a policy matter, I'm talking about the laws that a president might sign or the actions they might take, things that they can legitimately do under our system of governance. And those preferences are partisan, and that's fine. Reasonable minds can differ about those policies. But this is not about policy. This is about the law itself. This is an endorsement based on the law from a group of lawyers based on their experience and knowledge of the law, and it's about the preservation of our democracy. So, not to bury the lead, Legal Eagle cannot endorse Donald Trump for president. For the good of our country, the right vote is for Vice President Kamala Harris. Donald Trump represents an affront to the law. Kamala Harris will uphold the law. This election is a choice between a criminal or a prosecutor, and I'd like to explain why this distinction is the only one that matters in this election. Because Donald Trump represents a credible threat to the rule of law, free speech, and free elections. And without the rule of law, free speech, and free elections, the rest simply doesn't matter. At that point, your policy preferences are irrelevant. We believe that if you care about the rule of law, the even-handedness of our governmental and judicial systems, and want to make sure that your vote counts in the future, you cannot vote for Donald Trump in this election. And I'd like to make the case that if you do care about the rule of law, Kamala Harris is the only choice. First, not to state the obvious, but Trump is a criminal who has no respect for the law and seeks to flaunt the law for his personal gain. Trump is a convicted felon many times over. Trump paid off an adult film actress to stop her from going public with their relationship and then falsified business records to hide a violation of election law. A jury convicted him of all 34 charges related to the incident, which was meant to influence the outcome of the 2016 election. Sentencing has been delayed because of the election. Additionally, Trump sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll, then repeatedly defamed her. After Carroll won 2 lawsuits against Trump, the judge ruled that the jury had found that Trump's actions were considered rape according to the common definition of the word. Trump's apparent success as a businessman was built on fraud and a total disregard for the law. Earlier this year, a New York court ruled that Trump fraudulently misrepresented his financial figures to get cheaper loans and other benefits. This went on for decades. Trump is now banned from serving as an officer and director of any New York corporation. He was barred from taking out loans from a New York bank, and now must pay hundreds of millions of dollars in fines. And there are myriad of other cases. Trump was forced to pay $25 million to students who attended Trump University because the real estate seminars were a scam. Trump is banned from running a charity in New York because he misused charity funds for his political campaign, and that list of verdicts, settlements, and convictions is likely to grow substantially. Trump was indicted for illegally retaining highly classified defense documents and obstruction of justice. The most serious charge against Trump is that he retained national defense information, which is a violation of the Espionage Act. Trump kept these secret documents at his private club, a place that has been described as a haven for spies. Trump was indicted in Washington, D.C. for conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights, all in an effort to overturn the 2020 election results. In Georgia, Trump was charged with committing a range of crimes related to the 2020 election in that state, including racketeering, solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer, and false statements. And Trump has been impeached twice. First, related to Ukraine. Trump's first impeachment occurred following a House inquiry that determined that he solicited foreign interference in his re-election bid, and Trump obstructed the investigation by instructing his administration officials to disregard subpoenas for documents and testimony. Trump tried to force Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to investigate Joe Biden by withholding military aid. And Trump also tried to promote a conspiracy theory that Ukraine, not Russia, was responsible for interfering in the 2016 presidential election. And his second impeachment was incitement to insurrection. The House of Representatives impeached Trump for encouraging his supporters to storm the Capitol in an attempt to disregard the certification of the 2020 presidential election. Now, obviously, both times he escaped conviction in the Senate, but remember, impeachment is a political remedy, not a legal one. But the Trump bipartisan impeachments were unprecedented. And even Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell suggested that Trump should be convicted in court, regardless of the impeachment in Congress. There's a disturbing pattern of Trump's crimes. They are explicitly intended to subvert the democratic process. Trump has run for president 3 times in the last decade, and each time he's tried to illegally and improperly influence the outcome of the election. In 2016, Trump engaged in the hush money scheme to prevent news of his affair with Stormy Daniels from going public. And the Mueller report documents the many contacts between the Trump campaign and Russian operatives, concluding that Russia interfered in the 2016 presidential election by waging social media disinformation campaigns and by hacking the Democratic National Committee and the Clinton campaign.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing.
The report also details 10 instances where Trump attempted to interfere with the investigation and obstruct justice. 34 individuals and 3 companies.
Yeah, sorry if I don't like pause and react to this. I'm just like, there's nothing I can really engage with. There's nothing it's just like listening to facts right now. I'm just trying to like hear it out. So before you accuse me, I gotta watch the video.
Were indicted because of the Mueller report, including Trump allies Roger Stone, Mike Flynn, and Paul Manafort, who you will recall was Trump's campaign chairman. If a man is judged by the company that he keeps, Trump has surrounded himself with corruption. His 2016 campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, and vice chairman Rick Gates were convicted of conspiracy against the United States. His advisors, Roger Stone, Peter Navarro, and George Papadopoulos, committed obstruction of justice, contempt of Congress, and making false statements. Trump Organization CFO, Alan Weisselberg, was convicted of tax fraud. Trump's national security advisor, Mike Flynn, lied under oath. Chief strategist Steve Bannon was convicted of contempt of Congress, and that's only the beginning of his troubles. His former personal attorney and fixer, Michael Cohen, was convicted of campaign finance violations. His fundraiser, Elliot Broidy, went down for corruption and bribery. Even his lawyers, Ken Chesebro, Jenna Ellis, and Sidney Powell, pleaded guilty to crimes related to the 2020 election. And unbelievably, on his way out the door, Trump granted clemency to his corrupt political advisors, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, Steve Bannon, and George Papadopoulos. In 2020, Trump did everything he could to overturn the results of that election, even if that meant disenfranchising millions of voters. He pressured the governor and secretary of state of Georgia to find him votes, just enough to win. And not for nothing, he encouraged the riot outside and the siege inside of the U.S. Capitol to stop the 2020 election. For the first time since 1820, the Capitol was laid siege. He encouraged the rioters to kill Mike Pence. He sought to delay the results of the election by any means necessary. And as detailed in the D.C. prosecution, this was only the most visible part of a larger conspiracy to make sure that the election certification never happened. As you can see, many of Trump's crimes and conduct strike at the heart of our democracy. They are both self-serving and anti-democratic. The hush money payments were meant to keep the information from hurting him in the election. The Ukrainian blackmail scheme was for the purpose of soliciting a bribe in the form of fabricating dirt on his presumptive political rival, Joe Biden. And he conspired to bring down Congress. And here we are in 2024, and Trump is once again waging war on the democratic process. He's already declaring the election rigged against him. His running mate denies that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. His handpicked leader in the House of Representatives won't commit to certifying the results. And he pressured Republicans in swing states to pass legislation and rules preventing the states from counting votes until election night. He subverted democracy before and is trying to do it again, right in front of our faces. Which takes me to the next point. Donald Trump will destroy our core freedoms for his own personal gain. Trump frequently undermines free speech by attacking the media, individual journalists, social media platforms, and critics. He retaliated against John Bolton for writing a book, which is the ongoing subject of my lawsuit against the government. A never-sent draft resignation letter by General Mark Milley said Trump was, quote, doing great and irreparable harm to the U.S. in 2020 after police used tear gas and batons to clear protesters and journalists out of the then-president's way for a photo op in Lafayette Square. Law enforcement used tear gas because Trump was told he couldn't just shoot the protesters. He has repeatedly called the press the enemy of the people and weaponized the DOJ against certain reporters. Trump said he would revoke the broadcast license of CBS, which isn't a thing you can do, because they interviewed his opponent, Kamala Harris. And Trump has a game plan if he's elected again. It's called Project 2025. Project 2025 is a bespoke manual for fascism. It lays out exactly what Trump can do, how he can do it, and who he can staff the government with. And the worst part is it includes a whole bunch of things that are arguably legal, but are just old-timey fascism. Trump wants to do one of those one weird tricks, but for ending civil liberties. For example, the Comstock Act of 1873 is a federal law that regulated the distribution of materials considered to be obscene, lewd, or immoral. The law primarily targeted materials related to birth control, abortion, pornography, and contraceptives. The law is still on the books, and Trump and his allies want to enforce it once again to ban medical abortions and contraceptive and criminally convict doctors. And then there's the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, one of the 4 laws known collectively as the Alien and Sedition Acts, passed by Congress during the presidency of John Adams. The Alien Enemies Act gave the president the authority to detain, arrest, imprison, or deport non-citizens from nations that were considered to be hostile to the United States. And Trump has said he wants to use this law to use the military on American soil to inter and deport tens of millions of immigrants. And he doesn't just want to stop there. He wants to use the Alien Enemies Act to use the military to deport legal immigrants, including Dreamers and Haitian immigrants, who are legally residing in the United States, and who, I will remind you, despite the blood libel levied by Trump, did not eat any cats or dogs. That was a complete fabrication. And under the same auspices, Trump has also vowed to use the military against Democrats, who he claims are the enemies from within. You don't have to take our word for it. Many of Trump's key appointees and advisors will absolutely not vote for him in 2024. The list is vast and growing. It includes former Vice President Mike Pence, former Chair of the Joint Chiefs Mark Milley, former National Security Advisor John Bolton, former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, former Secretary of Defense James Mattis, former Attorney General Bill Barr, former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, and former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. And this is merely the tip of the iceberg. There are hundreds, if not thousands more. There has never been an administration in history where so many of the people that the president himself appointed have changed their mind and stated that the president is unfit for office. In part, they recognize that Trump with full faculties was a threat to democracy. General Mark Milley called Trump, quote, a fascist to the core. But it's clear that Trump is also in mental and physical decline. His speeches are word salads. He doesn't live the same reality that we do, and he just simply makes up facts all day long. And while losing a step when you're almost 80 is not necessarily incompatible with a successful presidency, here the lack of mental faculty means he's more likely to be taken advantage of by his advisors and more quickly to jump to authoritarian tactics. History has shown that Donald Trump will always take the easy road, and in a second term, there won't be anyone to curb those tendencies. Which brings us to the economy. Economic policies are usually based in policy preferences. There are some who welcome Trump's plan to place tariffs on all foreign goods. In other words, a sales tax of up to 200% on anything made outside of the United States, a tax that you, the consumer, would pay, which would cause all Americans to pay thousands more per year. In one instance, an iPhone might cost as much as $4,000. And then, of course, other countries would retaliate by levying the same tariffs on US goods, which would kill US exports. But that's not necessarily illegal. But those who think that Trump would be better for the economy failed to take into consideration the effect of Trump's lawlessness on this country and the economy. The only other economic plan that he talks about would be to deport tens of millions of immigrants, many of whom came to this country as children and lived as Americans for decades. This policy, while likely completely infeasible, would also be a disaster for the economy and do next to nothing for high prices. But more importantly, Trump's destruction of the rule of law, free speech, and free elections would itself be terrible for the economy. Individuals and businesses rely on the notion that government will apply the law even-handedly, and they even require the freedom to be critical of the government without fear of government reprisal. And they need to know that when a politician is voted out of office, they will leave peacefully. And they need to know that a politician will not use the office for personal gain at the expense of their country, unlike Trump, who steered government and foreign contracts to his own businesses, like the Trump Hotel, and then promptly sold that when he left office. When you take away free speech rights, property rights, and fair elections, and then add in graft and crony capitalism for the president and their friends, you have a recipe for economic disaster, apart from the legal disaster in and of itself. Imagine Germany in 1932, Venezuela in 2005, or Hungary in 2010. Let's not add the United States in 2024 to that list. Countries with strong legal systems attract more foreign investment. Businesses need to trust that contracts will be upheld, and they need to know that their success doesn't depend on whether they personally like the president or not. Trump has threatened CEOs who don't support him. He gave contracts to his friends. He filled his White House with nepotistic advisors, and specifically his son-in-law exploited his position to personally enrich himself. At base, Trump's advantage on the economy is an illusion. Which takes me to my final point. This time, it's different. Obviously, we saw what a Trump presidency can look like. He was president for 4 years. So why is this the most important election of our lifetime? Well, this time there are no guardrails. There is no deep state, but there are long-held institutions. The career bureaucrats and political appointees with half a conscience who pushed back against Trump's worst impulses. And sometimes it worked. His own advisors would slow walk his craziest ideas. But Trump learned his lesson, which is why Project 2025 is so frightening. But Project 2025 vows to remove over 1 million federal employees and would replace expert and nonpartisan civil servants with a raft of political loyalists. We've all taken it as given at this point that if Trump is elected, he would end the many active DOJ investigations and prosecutions into himself on day one. And frankly, it's frightening that we all just assume that he's going to do that at this point. But if he does, that would likely result in mass resignations at the Department of Justice. And Trump would relish that and simply install political loyalists instead. Heck, he might do it even without the resignations. Yes, he was impeached twice, but he was also acquitted twice. Congress will not stop the next President Trump. And in the interim, the Supreme Court not only granted sweeping immunity, but it basically laid out an instruction manual on how to do all of the above. Want to use your Department of Justice to prosecute your enemies for no reason? Fine, you're totally immune. What's that? You want to shoot your political rival? Don't be silly. Just bomb them with an F-35. Now it's totally legal and totally cool. The current Supreme Court says have at it. The guardrails that once existed to keep Trump's worst impulses in check are simply gone. A second-term President Trump would gut the administrative state and fill it with political cronies. Congress will rubber stamp everything that he does. The Supreme Court will continue to say that almost everything he does is immune. And Trump will claim that any election that he loses is illegitimate. There's only one guardrail left. A vote so overwhelming he can't dispute it. So that brings me to my closing argument. Vice President Harris is the only sane choice in this election. She's a former state prosecutor and state attorney general. She believes in free and fair elections and in free speech. This election is a choice between law and criminality. As senator, Harris grilled Trump Attorney General Bill Barr about whether he ever opened an investigation because Trump asked him to attack his enemies. And this is a key point because as Attorney General, Barr eroded the rule of law himself, though he has now changed tunes. He misrepresented the Mueller report's findings and shut down an investigation to whether Trump took a $10 million bribe from Egypt to fund his 2016 campaign. And I do not believe Harris will appoint an attorney general who weaponizes the Department of Justice the way that Trump has. I believe that Harris will support Supreme Court justices who preserve the rule of law and not grant sweeping immunity to the single most criminal president. I believe she will only nominate judges who the American Bar Association says are qualified. And while this is a low bar, Trump can't clear that bar as he nominated 10 judges who the ABA rated as completely unqualified. And I believe it is highly likely that she will not destroy the rule of law. It is highly likely that she will actually uphold the rule of law. And saying that out loud, I can't believe how low the bar is, but that's where it's been set. There it is. You have the choice between someone who will promote free and fair elections, promote core freedoms, and uphold the rule of law versus a wannabe dictator. Now, I'm sure many of you already agree with Harris's policy positions, and for those people, you're already convinced of her bona fides. And to those people, all I will say is go out and vote. Elections are won by turnout. Please do whatever you can to vote this year and convince your friends to do the same and not sit on the sideline. But for those of you that disagree with some or all of Harris's policy choices, I hear you. I also don't agree with everything that she espouses. But Kamala Harris appears to be running as a fairly standard Democratic president, both small d and big D Democratic. Even if you hate Democratic policies, a normal Democratic president is better than a fascist Republican. A president who agrees with every single one of your policy positions but has this one thing where he destroys the government isn't really worth it. And even if you didn't get everything you wanted out of the last 4 years, or even if you hate Joe Biden, wasn't it nice having a normal person in the White House instead of a crazy weirdo? Wasn't it nice not waking up to deranged tweets and chaos? It's not a given, but it is frighteningly possible that if Trump is elected again, there's no coming back from this. Many of our institutions held back Trump's worst instincts, and it's possible that they might again. But he, and more importantly, his radical advisors, learned their lessons and won't make the same mistakes twice. 2020 was a trial run. This time the restraints are gone. This really is an election between a felon and a prosecutor. Donald Trump is a clown, but he's a clown with a gun. And even a clown can be dangerous, sometimes especially so. And this clown would have the nuclear codes and the DOJ. I think that there is a non-zero chance that he would use the Department of Justice and the US military against Americans who criticize him, against ordinary Americans who he calls the enemies from within. I think that because he keeps saying explicitly that. So whatever your policy preference on the left or the right, I promise you, it is more important to preserve the rule of law. So hopefully for the last time, Legal Eagle makes a presidential endorsement for this year's election. Legal Eagle wholeheartedly endorses Kamala Harris for President of the United States. Now go out and vote, because it could be your last.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay. Look. We're talking about living in totally different realities, right? I think this is a fundamental thing that Trump is, look, if you take what he says at face value, when he says that, like, I want nothing to do with Project 2025, I want nothing to do with any of the extremist shit. Here's what I want to do. I'm talking about immigrants, and you don't believe that he won't commit to a peaceful transfer of power, then he's fine. But if you believe that he won't commit to a peaceful transfer of power, that he won't uphold democracy, then he's the worst choice there's ever been for president, given the values of America. And that's it. That's the choice you have. That's what it's between. And it's like, I'll talk to Trump supporters, and I understand. What I really hate is when people employ the tactics that Trump has employed against conservatives. Because Trump says, like, you know, this rhetoric against elites, this rhetoric against, like, Democrats, this rhetoric against you know, status, or like liberal, educated Democrat. Those types of people, he says, these people don't trust you. These people don't want the best for you. These people want the worst. These people hate you. They hate the working class. They hate the working class. You know, the American, right? And when people use that rhetoric against conservatives, and they say, like, well, if you believe that Donald Trump should be president, then you're a fucking idiot. You know, when Destiny says that, when Destiny says, like, oh, conservatives should not be allowed to vote, whether it's being hyperbolic or not, it's inflammatory language. You cannot sow the seeds of distrust in a country where you start seeing the average citizen, where you start seeing your fellow man as fundamentally different from you. When you start seeing your fellow man as, like, not like you at all, that's when things fall apart. So you can't use that rhetoric against him. Like, you can't use that rhetoric against his supporters, because he's obviously, face value, Trump is speaking to things that, like, Democrats just aren't speaking to. Most Americans and most Canadians, we're pretty much in the same boat here. All we care about is cost of living and immigrants, right? And just no one else is. He's not. People aren't talking about those issues like he's talking about it. But all of that is null, given the fact that he will potentially, you know, not uphold democracy. And if you believe that, Trump is the obvious wrong choice. If you don't believe that, it seems like Trump is the obvious right choice. And I think it's about how many people can be convinced that Trump is, like, the most dangerous thing to ever happen to the West since, like, World War II. How many people can be convinced of that before the election? Because right now, it does not seem like that is that's going to be the case. So, look, it's what is any, like, Trump supporters in the chat? Like, give me the argument against this, because I agree with the issues he raises. I agree with a lot of the issues he raises. He speaks like he's speaking to me. He's speaking to a lot of people I know, but you can't get past the fact that he does not hold himself to the law, and he will not uphold democracy. You can't get past that. If you can't get past that, you can't vote for the guy. You can't vote for the guy who wants to upend democracy. It's just not going to happen. He could literally have the best economic policy ever fucking created. And if he's not going to uphold democracy as an American, as a Canadian, you can't get past that. The country is built on democracy. But that's what I mean. It's 4 years until what, the next election, right? Or it's this election's close. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens if the election is close. Let's see what happens if the election is neck and neck. How many people, how much violence is going to happen? How many protests are going to happen in the United States because for people saying that the election was stolen, right? On the people saying that election was stolen on the side of the right wing, of the Trump supporters, you know? See what happens. Also, yeah, one world community. Thank God. Thank God a Christian with a
Vote for Trump, vote against the system.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing is and that's what scares me too, is that people understand that he is not the Democratic choice, and they like that about him. That's the other end of this. There's the people, that's it. I'm making a pretty gracious argument that every American believes in democracy as a value to uphold. And that's probably not the case. There's probably a lot of Americans who don't think democracy is that important and would rather just have Trump in favor of potentially losing democratic rule. He just wants to win. Yeah, one world community. You're a Christian. It's a smart choice. Trump is not the Christian choice. Trump is a womanizer and a cheater, divorced. He's a sin committer. He's a committer of sin. So any evangelical support for Trump it makes no logical sense. I think Kamala is the Christian choice on the fact that she doesn't have 5 kids out of wedlock, or 5 kids between five different baby mamas. Seems pretty unchristian to me. So yeah, I guess he's the anti-establishment choice. Here we go.
Democracy is overrated. The president should be sovereign. Retire all government employees. It's basic Yavin stuff. Trump won't do a fraction of that, but he at least moves us in that direction.
Thank you for the 10, Telos. I've read Yarvin. I understand Yarvin's point, but I don't think it's longevity. It's long term. Of course, look, it'd be great. What we're imagining is this is the fascist trap. This is the fascist trap. Is what you're imagining.
He's going to keep running for God King until he dies. We're going to have this draining carousel of suffering repeat every 4 years until he's gone. Why do you think Republicans keep gunning for him? He perverted the party and is trying go Gestapo.
Yeah, I could see. I don't want to get too conspiratorial, but I could see J.D. Vance being groomed to be the torch carrier of MAGA, which is basically what is happening. Anyway, look, I've read the Yarvin stuff. I know, and that point is it's attractive. It's a sexy point. But with the fascist trap is you're imagining someone is going to come in and with no bureaucracy is going to fix the problems you want to be fixed. You're going to project onto them. And then what? We have a king? What happens when, what if Trump, best case scenario, if you take the anti-democratic position, Trump comes in, usurps power, democracy is dead, and he's the best president we've ever had, okay? Best president the U.S. has ever had. Fixes fucking everything. JD Vance takes over as his next in command. Same thing. Great guy. Okay, for 40 years. What happens after that? We now don't have democracy. Like the same thing happened in there's been great undemocratic leaders throughout history. Okay, like Marcus Aurelius, or who was before Marcus? I wish I could do my Roman emperors better. Sorry, Marcus Aurelius wasn't actually that consequential of a Roman emperor. But there's been phenomenal non-democratic leaders throughout history. Okay, it's not. I'm not saying democracy is required to be a good leader. To be democratically voted in is required to be a good leader. It's just like what happens in like 100 years? What happens in 200 years? When we no longer have democracy in the U.S., right? How do we vote people in? What like nothing happens. It just keeps getting worse. What happens if someone comes in that like you don't agree with? Okay, what if there's a person who gets into power, who's part of Trump's cabinet, who's actually like a huge tanky, a huge socialist that basically like sneaks his way into power and then goes against everything Trump did and is jealous of Trump and doesn't want to live in Trump's shadow, and he undoes everything Trump does. He's a huge tanky, huge socialist, bad for business, everything you disagree with, makes all your kids trans. Mandatory gender transition in grade 7 in elementary schools. What happens then? Are you going to be happy with your lack of democracy? No. Let's become more democratic. Yes, chat boy. It's true. Let's become more democratic. Democracy is good. The world, voter reform for ranked ballots. Let's become more democratic. Okay? Because the world is built on democracy. The greatest countries in the world are built on democracy. You ever notice all the countries that start to do well in the last like 40 years, all the African countries, all the Central American countries that kind of pick up the pace? You know why they do that? Because they become like the US. They become democratic. They become pro-market. It's great. We are the paragon to mimic. We set the fucking bar. Things are kind of shitty right now. I get annoyed when I walk through downtown Toronto and there's tents everywhere. It bothers me. It bothers me when I go to a Tim Hortons and there's 20 Indian dudes on bikes crowded around it.
What happens? Might makes right and right make might.
No. I disagree. Because you need to be... we're a humanist country. I don't know what... I like that. The might makes right thing. We're a humanist country. You have to dehumanize people in order to like have power over them. You have to dehumanize people and to have like inherent power over them. At least in the system we live in, it's not that easy to move. Vertical mobility is not that easy in the current system we have. But at least it's possible. And it's possible because we're all seen as equal. We all see each other as equal. I don't believe in fascist power over one another simply because might makes right. The whole point, the whole American project, the whole Western project is ignoring your worst impulses and subduing your worst impulses. So everyone's slightly comfortable in a global, in a national compromise. That's the best process. That's the best thing we can do. Compromise. Things move slow, but things get done. A homeless man threw a shoe at my head while I was waiting for the bus today. Yeah, that makes me fucking angry. You don't think you don't think I get... of course, I feel like the West has fallen when I'm like, there's human shit on the side of the road. But these are fixable problems. We're not in anarchy. We're not in total collapse. It's not over. There's things can be fixed, and they can be fixed democratically. I'm not gonna resort to appealing to fascism and my worst impulses just because things have started happening that I don't like in the last 3 years. I'm on a platform right now. I'm yapping to like 100 people on YouTube, live streaming. I'm making money doing it. I make the videos that I want. No one tells me what to do. I'm trying to build wealth. Things are okay. And things are okay, and they can get better. It's not gonna happen through fascism. I'll die on that hill. It's not over, it never began. I was taking the bus today and some tweaked out lady climbed on the bus. Yeah, we need harder. I think we should fight a war on drugs. It's like I know the war on drugs didn't go well last time, but I think if we take all of our efforts, okay, fuck cocaine, fuck crack, fuck weed, fuck LSD, fuck MDMA. Let's take all the war on drugs. Let's take all the efforts, all the money behind the war on drugs, and just put it towards fentanyl and carfentanil and what's the new one? Trank. We could fix it. The shit I see in what city are you from, DJ? I'd love to know. Trank time. Yeah, you can't fight bad. No, you're right, Dave Dog. They are totally mentally gone. It's depressing. You can't. It sucks. How many people nowadays that are just unreasonable? Unreasonable. Oh, sorry. There was a chat I never got. Sorry. There was an anonymous here. Trump wins the beginning of the end. Trump wins the beginning of the end of an empire. Harris, the status quo, but more Heaven's Gates and mass shootings. Yeah, maybe. Definitely. Yeah, I know. The lack of reasoning makes the whole... It's so... I wish you could just like, hey, man, don't do that. You're freaking out. And they'd be like, oh, it's right, you're sorry. But like, they can't. They're just gone. There's no human behind their eyes. It's fucking insane. Strength and moderation can be reasonable. One time I was on the bus in Vancouver and there was a guy on drugs who literally had a saw and he was sawing at his arm and there's blood everywhere. That's so fucked up. Jesus Christ.
This will be meaningless to you, but when you get the chance, can you ask Greg if he's picked a number 1 through 5 yet? By tomorrow this will mean something, once he's caught up on his inbox. Sorry for vague posting.
I'll try if I remember. Why do you think he won't uphold democracy? What's the argument? The argument is that he still believes the 2020 election he still contests the 2020 election, that he didn't win. He still fundamentally believes that. He believes that he won the 2020 election, and his supporters believe he won the 2020 election, which isn't the case. And just based on that precedent, that's never happened before. So that's the reason. There's like one reason. It's so simple. It's not like there's no big argument here. There's no weird logic thing. There's no facts you need to learn. There's no information asymmetry between me and you. It is just like he does not accept that he lost the 2020 election. Therefore, he will not uphold democracy. He is following the track record. There's a decent chance he will not uphold democracy in the 2024 election. That's it. Full stop. That's my argument. I mean, Al Gore didn't support a riot and an insurrection on the Capitol when he didn't believe that. He's just a silly little guy. When I do eventually visit Canada, where's worth visiting? Meat Cove, Cape Breton. This is going to be the only place you want to go when you come to Canada. Okay. So this is your only option here. This basically, here's how it goes. You have Canada here, right off. This over here, right off. Huge goddamn write-off. Vancouver is a write-off. Calgary, it's all written off. Toronto, if you come to Toronto, you're going to want to go like right to this neighborhood here and just stay here. Like, don't leave here. But don't do that. It's too hard. Right off. Here we go. Here's where you're going to want to go. You want to go right here to Meat Cove, Cape Breton. This is it. That's it. Man, I could live the fucking rest of my days out here, dude. God damn, this fucking country's beautiful. Look at where I'm from, bro. Look at where I'm from. Look at the province where I'm from, man. God fucking damn it. So beautiful. Best Fallout game? I've only played 3 and 4. I feel like 4 holds up. 4 got a bad rap. 4 is fun. I think Fallout 4 is a great game.
Tired, sad, drunk, and this part was terribly premeditated. I'm curious how far FVKKU money revisionism reigns, even up north. In your own words, what does making it rain mean?
Making it in Canada, I think is... I'd say... You'd have to cut Toronto. Property is so expensive in Ontario. I'd cut Ontario and British Columbia out of the equation entirely. There's plenty of viable places to live in Canada that aren't Ontario or Vancouver. Montreal is fine. Quebec is fine. Quebec's taxes are a little high. If you want to remain central, like I think the Canada's valuable if you live in like this zone, but like everything in Southern Ontario is a write-off. I plan on going back to Nova Scotia. Property's still cheap. It's a good place. It's still pretty safe. It's my home province. It's my home. I can't get the blood out of me. I'd say making it for me. $400K. Like I don't really. I'm not that materialist. I like property. I like cars. I want a lot of kids. Making it for me to the point where I'm like I did it. Like to the point where I can come to be like, okay, I can accomplish the things I want to accomplish in my life and build some generational wealth. It'll be like 400, 500K a year. Like 500K a year, I'm like, that's big. That's giant house in Nova Scotia, 5 kids, wife doesn't have to work, great savings. Kids can go to private school, tuition's paid off. I got like 3 cars in the driveway, no neighbors, motorbike. I can travel when I want, bring my family with me. That's it. That's all. That's the most I can ask for. It's just economic freedom. I feel like I could do that with like 500K a year in Nova Scotia. Those are all my biggest asks. Fave car, man, dude. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I think if I could buy a car, if I could buy any car right now, I'd definitely buy like an RX-7, like a fucking 98 RX-7, man. It's such a sexy fucking car with the pop-ups, dude.
Oh, he truly is aware of the original meaning, or is obfuscating stupidity. Making it rain, not making it. What does that mean, cool guy?
Oh, he is truly aware of the... He is truly... Making it rain, not... What does that mean? I can't decipher that TTS, I'm sorry. Even S2000, that's so fucking sick, bro. That's so fucking sick. Dude, I'd totally get a stock. If I could just collect cars, I would just do fucking JDM, man. Like, there's a couple old, like, that shit I liked when I was a kid. I never fucking spell that. There's shit I liked when I was a kid that, like, I'd fucking, fuck new cars. I would absolutely buy the shit I wanted when I was 7. If I had the money to just, like, grab shit. Murcielago, all the fucking, that's, like, the sexiest car ever goddamn made. Look at the back end of that car. That is such a beautiful car. That's so nice. I had this on my wall when I was a kid. This exact picture of this exact car was on my wall when I was a kid. S2000's fucking sick though. Those are getting pricey, dude. Stock S2000s are getting fucking up there. S2000s are sick. Supra, Silvia, S13 Silvia. Or sorry, no, S15. That's what I want. S15 Silvia. Yeah, S15 Silvia. Fuck me, dude. Oh my god, what a sexy car. That's such a nice vehicle. It's just like a perfect. I love this shit, man. You can't get enough of that. An Aussie as an Aussie Land Cruiser would be sick. Mazda Lantis Type R. Yo, what the fuck? I've never seen this in my entire life. See, I love this. I love just like fucking. I love. One sec. Oh no, okay, if you know that making it rain really means and you're embarrassed, what does making it hail mean? I mean making it rain like dumping money over people? Like, oh, sorry, I'm gone. There we go, sorry. Like doing that, like making it rain? I don't know, man. I think making it rain, I would probably like fucking... I just don't think, look, I'm not thinking past, like, my goals right now. I'm sure your goals change as you get older, and your goals change as you get more wealth. Where I'm at right now, like, I know what I want. I cannot say, if I had $500K a year, I'm sure my goalpost would shift, but I just have no idea what my brain would fucking, what synapses would fire in my brain to produce my new hedonic treadmill. I have no idea. Striker Z. Car. Fuck you. God damn it. I was gonna look up. Oh yeah, so like I was like a Porsche 928S. This is another. I just love like shit like this, dude. This thing's so fucking weird looking. Like, I can't believe they made that. They made that as a back end on a car. Like, old 911s, man. There's so many fucking cool cars. 944? Yeah, 944 is fucking... You see a few of these around. These are cheap, dude. These are dirt cheap. You can find these for like 5K sometimes. That's a sexy car. That's such a nice silhouette. Just like, it's so sleek. It's so thin. That's so nice. Yeah, there's so many cars. There's so many cars I'd want to buy. So many cars I want to buy. Oh, how we feeling, chat? What's the mood? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting a little tired right now. I'd love to know what the vibe is. Too bad our currency is gonna collapse soon. Hell yeah, dude. Do you like this vibe I have going on, where like just the face cam is like the clouds, it's kind of soft, and then the second cam is like fucking extreme schizo. Until the late 90s, making it rain is when Whiskey Breath snuck rolls of change in the club. Making it hail was rolls of pennies. However, when you make your zillion whore bucks, you can say it's people throwing bands at you, revisionism. Interesting. Dude, I burn through the nicotine gum every time. My zillion whore bucks, hell yeah. I'm gonna check out Rotan. So, this is where I'm going. I used to like Zins, but Zins give me like side effects I don't like, so I stopped taking them. This is where I'm going. Honduras is right here. I don't know. I have such a weird knowledge of geography that I just assume. I assume like, oh, Honduras is like a ubiquitous country. Everyone knows where this is, but like I shouldn't assume. Not that I ever think people are stupid, but it's just like it's a lot of assumed knowledge. So this is Honduras, okay? Central America, right here. And then, very dangerous country. One of the most dangerous. I told my mom I was going to Honduras. I told my mom I was going to Honduras, and she was like, okay. Like, she didn't know what it was. She was like, okay. And then today she texted me like travel advisories, because there's like do not travel advisories for Canadians not to go to Honduras. And she was like, oh God, please don't go to Honduras. And I was like, fuck, I knew this would happen. Yeah, Honduras is like one of the highest murder rates in the world. It's all like gang warfare. Kidnappings are really big. Like, our cartels kidnapping people and holding them for ransom. Huge problem in Honduras. Massive, massive problem. And yeah, that shit's scary as fuck. Is there a street view? Can I do a street view of Honduras? Anyway, this is the capital here. It looks like a pretty small city. Is that the biggest city? Or San Salvador? It looks like San Salvador is bigger. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. This one's all covered. This is all official coverage. Anyway, yeah. Poor Central American nation. So I'm going to Roatan, which is this island right here. The Bay Islands of Honduras. And Roatan is like significantly safer than the rest of Honduras. Pretty interesting. I'm gonna be staying this. So here's Crawfish Rock. This is where Prospera is. All this land is Prospera, right here. Crawfish Rock. There's Duna. This is like the first property, like a residential property. It's the tallest building on Roatan, built on Crawfish Rock. Here is the village of Crawfish Rock. This is where, in the video, the Vanessa Cardenas, where she's from, the people who are opposed to Prospera. And they also own all of this here. So they own Pristine Bay. This is all like residences, and basically resorts converted to residences for people to come visit. And then you have the Vitalia stuff. So this is all this is Vitalia. It's like the biomed thing. This is where I'm staying. Very beautiful, but this is all very, very safe compared to the rest of Honduras. It's like it's no big deal. It's gonna get like. This part of the city is basically a fucking resort. I keep saying city. It's like one building. As someone with certified Mexican friends who always had to ride in the front of the car to deter cartel folks, you're not getting kidnapped because the cartel will assume you're American with how pasty you are, and they don't like antagonizing the U.S. military. Yeah, I'm probably fine. I'm genuinely not concerned about getting kidnapped. I'm a grown white man. Anyway, yeah, very cool. I'm very, very, very excited to go. It's also just a very obscure place. I like the idea of going to obscure place. I'm hoping to rent a car, actually. That's going to be a big part of my trip, is just like renting a car and fucking around. Good night, Ian 002. Yeah, I will be renting a car and just fucking around. What's down here? So this is like the main area here, like Cox and Hole. There's a fucking town called Cox and Hole. We heard the diddler hangs out there. This is Cox and Hole. Quacken? Is it Coxon or like quack, like a Spanish pronunciation? This is the airport, and then this is like the main area. Pretty sparsely populated island. Pretty excited to just fuck around. I love going to new places and fucking around. It's like my favorite thing to do. But it's built up. Like it's pretty industrialized. There's a lot of resorts here. It's not like that rural, that obscure. Kozin. Quaxon Hole. Coxon Hole. A content YouTuber kidnapped in the Philippines. Interesting. Let's see if I can find that here. This YouTuber was kidnapped. Sad. DJ loves Turbo. Who the fuck is this? Where do these channels come from? Oh my fucking god. Whenever I Google something or YouTube something, there's just a new channel I've never heard of. What is this? Dumb kid making dumb videos. 1,000 videos. He's a full content farm. 5 days, 6 days, 8 days, 10 days, 11 days. Jesus Christ almighty. Fuck me, dude. The most hated girl on YouTube. Sucks. Trash. Sucks. Weird. Weird. Cringe. Sad. Weird. What the fuck? Weird. Sucks. Not funny. Weird. Cringe. Sucks. Weird. 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 Jesus Christ almighty. This YouTuber is pathetic. Who watches this shit? Who's like subscribed to these people and been like, this YouTuber was kidnapped. This person is evil. Fuck, you found my alt channel. Was that 11 days ago? This YouTuber's kid. Let's see this content.
Yo, so for some reason, everybody's been telling me that there's a YouTuber who's been kidnapped. When I woke up this morning, I think I got like 1,000 comments of people begging me to go to this channel and investigate. The name of this channel is Bebop and BB, and apparently this little girl right here has been kidnapped and she's forced to make these videos with her mom. Okay, so this is the first time I've ever been on their channel, and I'm just looking at a couple of these videos to try to see what type of content they make, and it seems like a lot of these videos are just her and her mom hanging out with each other. Nothing seems really weird, but let's click this video right here and let's watch this. This video says, I love plushies. Let's see what this is.
I hate people that work at the bank.
People who collect plushies. Okay, so this is the little girl who's...
I cannot fucking watch that video. Jesus Christ.
So when I woke up today, I knew I wanted to play a game, but I didn't really know what game I wanted to play.
Man, why am I not doing this? I played Brawl Stars again. Man, guys, this is what I gotta start doing. DJ hates Turbo. Just talking about things I've learned. Talking about things he's learned. How to enjoy life more. Stop telling people your plans. Oh, he's got a little self-help arc going on. He's got a little self-help guy. Well, some self-help action over here. That's nice of him. How to make friends. It's hard. How to get rich. It's easy. The worst habits to have. Sorry, I can't judge a man by his thumbnails and titles. I'm not gonna do that. How do you produce this? How do you produce this many videos, though? Where do these channels fucking come from? This is so weird, man. What the fuck, dude? There's so many YouTubers. It never ends.
Yo, so about like 10 months ago, I made a video about this YouTube channel that was using dogs and cats dying for views. Now, when I say they were using dogs and cats for views, I don't mean they were just recording their dog saying like, hey dog, like click like if you like my dog. No, they were using clips of...
Oh my god, what the fuck? This is so depressing.
Yo, so over the past couple of months, I've made a ton of YouTube videos about YouTubers who are acting like Jesus. I think I've made like 6 or 7 videos just exposing people who are acting like Jesus, using Jesus for views, and just...
This guy's using, he's got Jesus sucks in the thumbnail, he's using Jesus. Enough of this. Enough of the slop. I love Tony Zarrett. Tony Zarrett's so good. Type Among Us alphabet lore. Among Us alphabet lore. What is this? What is this?
Boys, this is the life of me as F. Look at this guy.
Holy fuck, dude. 24 million subscribers?
I read here. He's taking all of us and experimenting on all of us. But I will figure out who's been doing this to me. The experiment was a success.
Yo, it's over for me. It's over for me.
Hey.
It's over for me.
G Z H. Hi.
Bro. Bro, it's over. It's, oh God, man, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Hey, Fibio.
Fibio gained master morality.
Fibio, you gained mass morality. Come on. That's beautiful. That's what I like to hear, Fibio. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate it. Please, please clip that, DJ. You know, I used to watch, like... What about this? Is this brain rot, chat? Is this brain rot? 16 years ago, this is what I watched.
Half-Life. Full life. Consequences. John Freeman, who was Gordon Freeman's brother, was one day in an office typing on a computer. He got an email from his brother that said that aliens and monsters were attacking his place and asked him for help. So he went. John Freeman got his computer shut down and went on the platform to go up to the roof.
Is that brain rot? What about this? Is this brain rot? Is this brain rot?
Smart boy.
That's that Scooey Wabbit. Oh well.
Whoa! I've been working on the railroad all the long day. I've been working on the railroad to pass the time away. Whoa!
He's gonna get fucked up. He's gonna blow up in his hand. Fuck, Bugs got him, man. He got him.
Pardon me, Doc, but, did you lose it?
He got him, man. Oh, jeez. Don't pick.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, don't pick
Thank
it up.
you very much.
Come on, man. You know better than that. Oh, come on. What's what? Ah, he fooled him. He tricked him, man. That's. Oh, come on, Bugs Bunny. That's a classic Bugs Bunny gambit. He's gonna get his gun.
Found it! Hey, Eureka! Gold! Gold! Discovered gold! Gold!
Oh, come on. You know better. It's a trick. It's a trick. Don't follow him.
Where?
He's gonna put you in a hole.
Where? Here.
He's gonna put you. Oh. He's gonna put you in a hole,
that's
man.
Nothing. Well, I got one here. You took a little rascal.
Fuck. Fuck, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this is okay. What is in I did a I did a podcast. I did a podcast today with I did a podcast yesterday with We're in Hell. It'll be up on Horseshoe Theory in about 2 weeks. what, and a central question on that episode was, what isn't brain rot? Right? This is brain rot, okay? Is this brain rot or is this not brain rot? What about this guy? Is this brain rot? What do you think about this? A 5-hour retrospective on Salmon Cat. What about a 9-hour retrospective on Victorious? Okay. What about a 9.5-hour retrospective on Salmon Cat? Is this brain rot? Is that not brain rot? What about you know, I watched these guys' videos to go to bed. It's just like stuff about the Elder Scrolls, you know. Morrowind, 10 most amazingly awful unique items. Is that brain rot? 44-minute video to go to bed. Is that brain rot? Is that not brain rot? What is brain rot? And what is slop? Max OR is... Oh, wait. I know that guy. Max and Ruby. No, thank you. Wow, this gets so many fucking views. God damn it. Brain rot? What about, slop? Okay, slop. Let's go to like Turkey Tom's channel. What is and isn't slop, okay? Anything without substance. Three-hour documentary on Daniel Larson. Slop? What about the what about the Too Mad documentary? 1.5 million views, talking about, you know, a tortured young creator. Is that slop? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. This whole slop argument, it leads down a dark road. Is all entertainment slop? Is all entertainment brain rot? It's the content of soup made of solely water and salt. Slop is about the nature of its creation. What is slop is just sort of asking. It's like these central questions to philosophy, right? What is and what isn't art? That's sort of a terminal question. There's nothing you really ask past it, you know. I think it's sort of the same with content. You know, you're asking, you know, as far back as you ever read Confessions by St. Augustus. Confessions. He talks about going to a play and being entertained and asking himself, why was he entertained? Why was he entertained about taking on the role of, you know, getting absorbed into the emotions of a character on a stage? Why was that entertaining to him? And he asked himself that question. And he asked himself, what does he get out of this? How does his life benefit from watching a play, from watching theater? And this was written in like 800 AD. It's slop if it's for the pursuit of money and not for the love of the art itself. See, I still disagree with you. I still disagree with you because the best art needs to be viable, right? Art needs to be viable. You know, if you listen to like the Trailer Park Boys talk about their first season, they said like, you know, we thought people in Dartmouth would like it, but you want your thing to be successful. You want your thing to be liked, and you want to get income in return for your thing being liked. Like, I do things in pursuit of money. I make the best videos I possibly can make to like find the inflection point of value, quality, and profit. That's sort of my axiom with what I create. I don't feel like I make slop, but I think the pursuit of money question also doesn't cut it. I know I've kind of come to the conclusion that art. I've come to the conclusion that what is or isn't slop, or what is or isn't brain rot, is decided after the fact. We sort of collectively agree, like, Charlie the unicorn, right? That's not brain rot. No one our age or older would make the argument that that's like brain rot garbage. It's a cherished piece of media for us, right? So does that make Skibidi Toilet brain rot? Does that make Skibidi Toilet slop? Or are there going to be people who are going to be, you know, people who are 12 right now who are going to be 26 in 14 years? Are they going to make the argument that no, Skibidi Toilet was like a foundational piece of internet animation, right? The shit I make as art that I put on my IG is genuine brain rot slop, but I made it with love. Fair, bro. If it's exclusively for the pursuit of money without a regard for quality, that's good. I like that. I think about like Lanky Box. Do you guys know? Do you know Lanky Box? I love this fucking channel, dude. This channel's so funny to me. 40 million subs. Jesus fucking Christ. 12,000 videos uploaded. Oh my god. What do we got here? This is one of those quantity channels, right? So 12,000 videos uploaded. Oldest. Latest. Right, so this is a quantity channel. You're getting these you're getting like an upload you're getting 2 uploads a day. Some of them do kind of bad, some of them do pretty fucking good. Let's see, 500k views. Let's see if we can find a milli. Let's see if we can find a little video that hit the algo in here. 1.2 million views 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you gotta find come on.
We should not be up this late. Everyone knows scary things happen at 3 a.m.
Wait.
Is that LankyBox.exe?
If you can't beat my games, I'll turn you two into EXE and trap you in my game forever.
So we're gonna have to beat all these curse games and get scarier and scarier than the last one to escape? See, Adam, I told.
Do they use AI for the faces in this?
What are you doing, Justin? I'm going to draw all the craziest characters from Zoonomaly, Amazing Digital Circus, Inside Out 2, and Poppy Playtime.
Well, that's awesome.
And that's not all. Whatever I draw actually comes to life. Check this out. Ah! It's trying to kill me! Guys, will you be able to guess all of these characters? In this game, anything I draw comes to life. So guys, I can...
God fucking damn it. Skibidi Toilet was made with love. And I'll stand by it. Is this not made with love? Is this channel not the result of a 7-year-old project? Look at these guys making skits 7 years ago. Is this not the result of 2 best friends trying to make it work for themselves? Is this not art? See this.
Chicken nuggets every day, chicken nuggets all the way, chicken nuggets there for you to come and take the pain away. Don't even bother with the menu, man, forget about the rest. Nuggets, chicken nuggets are the best.
This is made in like 2018. This is so far past this era.
If your girl is mad at you,
is that not made with love? Is there no love behind that? Come on, man. Lanky Box has products at Target. I stock them. It's art, but it's dangerously made. Hey, man, fair enough. If it's intended to overstimulate, they're chasing the bag off. They can give us luck. Respect. Giga slop. New term. New term unlocked. It was created for no deeper ideas / goals in mind. That it's slop is just purely fungible self-gain. That it's slop if there's... It's not pure slop. Okay. So, like, Leafy is here. Fuck, dude, he's looking rough now. God damn, he's looking rough now. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. That's the craziest twink death I've ever seen in my entire life. Skibbity told that his group thing was just because kids watch it because older than us calling SpongeBob brainwashed very generation. Arguably, art can be slop if it's bad enough. The slop spectrum. Is Damien Hirst's work slop? Oh my god, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I can call Damien Hirst's work slop. No, his channel's banned. He's not. He's on Rumble. And he's also like a Nazi now. Leafy is here archive.
Voice winner for overall. Seriously, guys, once again, BuzzFeed is a company.
I want to see that.
Chugging nothing but NyQuil just to help me get in bed, repeating the same line over and over in my head. Why doesn't everybody like me on the internet? Why does Naruto
slop? The problem is that people calling it still a SpongeBob when they're calling it slop nowadays due to real slop in quality. Slop art brain. You consume slop ideally daily for the creator of the slop art. However, you have to engage with, fully comprehend, interpret, and understand. Slop seems to be content/art that lowers the bar by diminishing the value of creativity and artistic skill. I could do. One sec. Let me get a doc open up over here. What'd you say that compass was? Ideally, we need a slop art. Slop art compass. Where'd that comment go? Everything is slop. Life is slop. Okay, wait. What's the axis here? Slop art compass. Okay. Like slop, okay. Slop and value. What's the difference between brain rot and slop? The more fungible the gain the creator gets from the content, the more slop something is. Brain rot iceberg. Okay, the more fungible the gain, that's a good axiom. That's a good axiom. The more fungible the gain the creator gets from the content, the more slop something is. Okay, so it's like this would be the engagement level. So brain rot. Brain rot and so something slow. So something, yeah, because brain rot can be art. All slop is brain rot, but not all brain rot is slop. That makes it hard. This is Paint 3D, bitch. Go back to your fucking, go back to your Microsoft, your Microsoft XP, your Windows XP with your fucking Paint shit. This is Paint 3D. We're on the new game. We're unlocking a new game now. Level of effort. Okay. Brain rot. Okay, so slop, art, effort. No, but just because something it takes a lot of effort does not make it art. There's plenty of simple art that wasn't like high effort. Brain rot versus brain food. Could be like brain rot versus Kino. Brain rot doesn't educate. This is so nebulous, dude. Education? Like that, maybe? Okay. Love. Yeah, the y-axis should be flipped. You're right. So we'll go... Brain rot versus Kino. Is that fair? Drag is brain rot art. Art chat is slop brain food. And that's the real horseshoe theory. Fuck yeah, brother. Brain rot takes something... No, see, wait, Kino's a bad word. Kino's a bad word. Kino's a bad word. Brain rot, I guess education. Brain rot, education, okay. Kino, yeah, Kino just means cinema. It's just German for cinema, like good cinema. Brain rot, education. Brain food's already a word. The brain rot axis is about how many levels of abstraction there are between you enjoying the content, those satisfying you. Videos are brain rot because you're getting enjoyment directly. Tangible value. Yes, actually, yeah, value is good. Awful video. So, awful video essays. Love and value. Okay, awful. If a video essay, I guess, is like low quality, but high educational value. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Salaway. Brain rot education. Yeah, no, brain rot education exists. Like Mythbusters. Mythbusters is like brain rot, like, brain, fuck. Oh, this is so extreme. Shit, okay. Slop, brain rot. Slop to art, brain rot. No, the loved ones throw me out. Brain rot is like the TikTok videos of the fucking crossing guard symbols with hands. Brain rot would be like Reddit obstacle course, Reddit am I the asshole AI chat read with Minecraft obstacle course in the background. That's brain rot. Like brain rot is like fleeting. Slop could be... Yeah, I feel like the love axis is throwing me off here. Slop could be like, you know, an hour and a half long video about like streamer drama read aloud over gameplay footage, right? Like there's no like love behind it. Effort. Okay. So slop. So, okay. 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 I think this is good. I think this is good here. I think because we could put like brain rot, art, effort and value. High effort, low value. Okay. This would be like a Marvel movie. Care instead of love or effort. One second here. Let me just go in with red. Marvel. Care. Care, yeah, but is care too like... Is care too abstract? Marvel. Edgy slop. Okay. Okay. Marvel, art, brain rot, care. So like Quentin. That's high care, low value. Maybe like Quentin reviews would be like here. Good reviews. Slop. I feel like Greg's videos would be up there. It eliminates that love is kind of intense and nebulous. Effort implies it's highly laborious. Care is care towards what you're creating and its value. Nah, Greg puts more care into his videos than that. If we like... Greg's like a care centerist. Who is Drake? No, it was good. Who do I really respect? Maybe like CJ. Care. Maybe like Oki. I put Oki over here. Trying to think like YouTubers I know. Oki. Slop Education. Negative on the care axis look like, okay, so you're looking at like this, okay, this down here would be like AI generated TikToks. Right here. Yeah, like AI TikTok would be down there. Get Pawn Stars in this fucking chart. Philosophy Tube. Philosophy Tube's like high care. I might put like, in terms of YouTube, like ContraPoints, I'd probably put like up here. AI TikTok. Slop Educate. What's the highest? We're like Slop Education. Fuck. We're like, someone doesn't care, but that's a tough one. TikTok legal? I mean, like Andrew Tate, PragerU, podcast. Yeah, like Indian tech tutorials. That's a good one. I need my Overton window here. Tech how to. They don't care what they educate. That's a tough one. Yeah, that's what I mean. The care is a weird term. I would have to think about this a lot more. I would have to really consider this a lot more. I put me and Greg in the same spot. Although I don't know, me and Greg approach things differently, because Greg has like a performance art based. Greg's art is like the channel itself, where like mine, like specific videos. Like I'm not trying to create like a piece of art through the channel as a whole. I try to do it with like specific videos. So like individual videos, I put in more effort than Greg does. But the channel, Greg's thing is more like the channel as in its totality. Like the concept of the channel in its totality, not just specific videos. Yeah, podcasts are good. Podcasts over here. Marvel, AI, TikTok, ContraPoints. Maybe up here would be like Carl Sagan. I think ContraPoints is a good like analog to Carl Sagan on. I don't like Philosophy Tube that much. I'd put ContraPoints up there. For sure. Yeah, I feel like we got our Overton here. I feel like this is good. Go ahead and save that. I moved that just so you know. There was nothing. There was no porn here, because I moved this out of the way really fast in case there was like a confidential document. This is just my temporary image thing. There's no porn. Take a good look. No porn. Slop compass. What's in the horse folder? Yeah. With that, I'm gonna call it. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I feel pretty good, man. Whoop! Whoop! Yeah, so I'll end it. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel good about this. Good stream, guys. Good time. Always a good time. Calling it. I'm probably gonna be back Sunday night. Sunday night, I'll be back. Nah, but yeah, till then, be a little bit. Sunday night, I'll be back, guys. Have a good night, chat. I'll talk to you soon. Announce your streams on Patreon. I will do that going forward. I will do that. Before you go, patreon.com/rchad. Join the book club. It's a lot of fun. Also, any interviews from my videos, including the upcoming Honduras video. It's going to be full of interviews that all the interviews unabridged are going to be posted to Patreon. Only place to find them, as well as access to the book club. I think it's a good value add. Patreon.com/rchad. Second channel should be in the description. It's just like my fucking yapping channel. Subscribe or don't subscribe. I don't give a fuck. And Archad clips as well in the description. Go to DJ Cohen here. Put some he puts in work into that channel. He puts some work into the channel, and he gets all the AdSense revenue, even though it's not monetized. When it's monetized, he gets all the AdSense revenue up until a certain point. So go get DJ Cohen paid, and subscribe to the Clips channel. Please and thank you. God bless. Have a fucking wonderful night. Never kill yourself.